Welcome in, my dear ones. Psychic Mia here from Spiritual Society. How they currently feel about you. We are going to get all the details. We're going to get deep into this. We're going to find out how they currently feel about you, any secrets that are popping up, any deep undercover things we need to know. We'll ask lots of questions. We're going to see if there are any blocks from moving this forward. And we're going to take a look at you, what we need to know about you, any blocks for you and love. We're going to find out all the juice. Our mission here is to help guide you to unlock your energy through spiritual practices like tarot readings so you can live your most aligned life. Now, I want you to release anything you've been holding on to, anything from this week, anything that's swirling around your energy, and I want you to let yourself open up. You're going to feel drawn to one of these 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let your intuition start to kick in. Where are you being pulled? Take a breath. Choose a card right now. Welcome in, my card 1, how they currently feel about you. We are going to get into this. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe now. That lets us know to do more content just like this. And of course, I love it when you do that. And let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a detailed, in-depth reading. So let's find out how they currently feel about you. We're going to start with our beautiful gold deck. Starting off with our beautiful gold deck, let's see what we've got. So we're just going to leave that question on the table. How they currently feel about you. How they currently feel about you. There is something secret going on. There's something that you don't know about, something that's hidden away in the shadows. There's some secret underneath of here. Let's find out more about that secret. So I would like to know more about that. Let's see what we've got. The 10 of Swords popping up, and the swords get into that head space, that thought space, that mental space. The 10s are cards of completion, and this is a complete knockout card. So they've really been devastated by something, and that's not apparent yet what that is, but that devastation, that's not apparent to you. And that's something that's really deep inside of them. They haven't gotten back up from that. They haven't made a recovery yet. They haven't gotten back in the game. So if you're finding some stagnation with this, if you're finding something where this person is having a hard time with the tennis ball of this, the give and the take, the back and the forth, this is probably why. Let's find out more about that. So I'd like to know more about what has laid this person out. I'd like to know more about that. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So they were in need of something. There was something that they really desperately needed, and they weren't being given it. There was something that was ungenerous, something that that was not willing to come forward, that this could be a past partner, this could get into a job situation, but something where they really, really wanted something, they really, really needed it. It was deeply, desperately needed, but also wanted and valued, and they weren't on the receiving end of this. Let's find out more about that. I want to know more. If the first thing we're reading here is some secret stuff, I want to know more. Oh boy, and we're really getting this message loud and clear. They are not over this. This is the kind of thing that keeps them awake at night. We're back to those swords, that thought space. And this could get into a financial space. This could get into some sort of financial devastation, some sort of financial problem, because the Pentacles do get into worldly goods, but this could also get into something in the heart space, and this has been keeping them up at night. This is the kind of thing that's really causing them a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, and has really left them in a bad space. I want to pull some more. I want to know some more about this situation. And now they're really feeling this feeling like things have been unfair. They have not been just. They have been dealt a bad hand. They want to get justice. They want things to, that kind of feeling of wanting revenge almost, or wanting to prove something, wanting to prove their worth now, to show them. And that's sort of dominating their thoughts, having this feeling like they need to get even. It needs to be fair. It needs to come right. And we're just still hanging in there on that question. So we're back with the swords. We're really holding on to the sword space. Even our Justice card has a sword in the hand. Now, so really just living in their mind and in their thoughts. Now, the Knight of Swords is a very action-oriented card. So I do feel like they want to get moving. And I do feel like this is their energy, that it's not an outside energy coming through. I feel like this is their energy, that they want to hero up for themselves. They want to, you know, have that feeling of comeuppance and just sort of ride into this. But this also is really telling me, look at this focus and this action and this forward movement. They have a kind of tunnel vision around this thing. So I think until they handle this thing, that might be hard to have any of that tennis ball action, that back and forth. Because there is something that's really just sitting in their psyche, in their mind, and playing a lot of heavy roles for them right now. Now, I want to know about how they're feeling about you. How does, we know where their headspace is. We know we've been doing a deep dive on the secret that they've been hiding from you. And how do they feel about you? What's coming up there? Oh, hi. Well, they regard you in an incredibly high regard. The Nine of Pentacles is kind of this, the Pentacles getting into that worldly goods again, but it can also be just a very high value. And, you know, this woman is beautiful. This picture is beautiful. There's so much growth involved with the Pentacles and so much growth involved with this card. There's growth and life all around you. But also there's some part of you maybe that doesn't feel like you might be able to relate to some of this over here. Like you have it all. You've been given the things that they've not been given. And maybe they don't know how to balance that in their mind. I want to know more about how they feel about you. What are their thoughts and their perceptions of you? Let's find out more. Hi, Four of Wands. They think of you very highly. The Four of Wands is kind of like a wedding card. We sometimes call this the 11-11 card. We have these 2 wands and 2 wands, and they're these 2 people victorious and celebrating in the center. This is a beautiful card. The wands get into a fire energy. There's a passion between you, and there's also a passion for what you could have, a passion of who you could be to each other, about a future together, that there is something more that you could experience together. There's something really beautiful about their perception of you and what you could be to them. Let's find out more about this. Let's find out more about their perception of you. What else is in their perception of you? I'm actually feeling this card back here. High Wands, we're staying in this Wands action. We're back in this fire energy, and this is a very victorious card. This is sort of riding into victory card. And it feels like they could be the better side of themselves, the person who's beyond all of this chaos in their mind, beyond the things that they're holding secret and they're keeping from you, that they could be the best version of themselves with you, that there's potential for them to be the victor, to be the winner if they were with you, that they can feel like they are in this winning seat, that they're not losing the way that it feels like they are in their mind. And they're going to have to handle all that mind action. It's a lot going on with that. But they feel like they could be this better version of themselves. They could be this victorious winner as opposed to, you know, someone who needs to get their justice and get their revenge. And I'm staying on this question for one more card here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So all of the signs, all of the things coming through, all of the messages that are coming through for how they feel about you are very positive. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is, you know, feeling like they're so lucky, like good fortune is on your side. Like you are almost a good luck charm. Like what you bring to the table is, it's lucky and it's sunshine and it's optimism and it's gifts falling in your lap and gifts falling at their feet. That they're a different sort of person when they're with you, and that you bring something really remarkable and special to the table. I'm guessing that you also have some real power in manifestation in your own life, that you're really able to bring in good things for yourself. And part of that energy sort of rubs off on them. This feels like all those good things just fall right into place, right on the path in front of you, right as you're walking down it. Oh, yes. Okay. So we know that this situation could definitely act as a block, but I want to know about any other blocks as it pertains to you. Are there any other blocks? Are there any other things that could really hold this person back with you? We have the Three of Pentacles. So we're back to this Pentacle space. And I find the presence of the Pentacles popping up here pretty interesting. You know, we really started here with this Six of Pentacles, not being given something they wanted, which can be a beautiful, generous give and take card, but we're getting into the secret of this sort of devastation being laid out. Now, we also get into their first view of you that we're getting answers to, and we're getting the Nine of Pentacles. So there is something here where the Three of Pentacles is kind of an architectural planning card. These three people are planning out, architecting this, you know, exquisite, extravagant thing. And again, we're in the Pentacles. So things of high value, which could be worldly goods, could be money. This could also, you know, really just get into the characteristics of as who you are as in a relationship, who you are as a person, the relationship you could have together, that kind of thing, which is in this world as well. You have a human body, they have a human body. So this coming up as a block, this feels like it could get into the place where they don't know that they could plan it. They don't know that they can see the way to build it. That they haven't figured out the way to create what it is that they want with you. That they haven't figured out a way to move forward, to construct what it is that they desire with you. And I don't know, we can see here that there's a lot of sort of big thoughts of you that are beautiful and wonderful. But those first steps to get there, this could even get into them just not being able to figure out how to form the right words, how to create the right delivery of their intentions. And this doesn't really matter where you are in this. This could be somebody that you've not really talked to. This could be somebody that you're in a relationship with. But getting to, you know, the secret side of them, where they're willing to reveal and be vulnerable, that's a very deep and big step. And that's an important step for soulmateship, for feeling like you're truly seen by your partner. And to be able to, you know, if you've been in this, if this is something you're actively in or going through, them being able to figure out how to tell you what it is they want to tell you, and how to move that forward. And this might be something they're talking about with friends as well. How to move that forward is integral to being able to take this to a deeper level, to a bigger space, to the kind of space where it's easy tennis ball back and forth, where it's true intimacy. Let's continue on. I want to know some more. So I want to know, and if I close my eyes, I'm going to let you know that I'm closing my eyes just in case I do anything strange with my hands here. Okay. So I want to know a little bit more about any other blocks. Let's ask about a little bit more about any other blocks, and then we can get more specific. So let's stay in this train of thought. Hey, we have the Star. It's a possibility that they see you as so exquisite, that you're so vulnerable, you're so open, that you're reading like this beautiful open book. She's completely naked in this card. We, you know, censor this for YouTube, and I say we, I mean me. I put little paper over her, a little paper bikini on her for YouTube, but so that we can all enjoy this uncensored. But she's completely vulnerable, and she's really giving of herself. I mean, woo, look at that, watered down. She's so giving. She's so bright and shiny. And there's a possibility they're so in awe of your ability to do that, that it feels so removed from who they are and their capabilities that that's kind of acting as a block. Now, that does not mean that you dim yourself down. That does not mean that you become less vulnerable or that you hold back. That does not mean any of those things. We're gonna lay out some, we're gonna see where things are. We can take a look at what we're gonna do here, but also you should shine your full brightness. That is important for who you are and the essence of who you are, and that you're bringing that energy, that soulmate energy to the table. If you're truly as vulnerable as they think you are, if you're truly as honest and as giving and as open as they think you are and see you as being that completely, sort of exposed self, then that is part of what that soulmate relationship would look like, is being completely open. So that is important for you to still continue to do. Now, if they view you that way and you're not truly being fully open and fully who you are, that is something that's interesting, and that could be a sort of call to action from the universe that, hey, that could help this person unblock themselves as well. The more honest you get, perhaps the more honest they can let themselves get as well. Okay, continuing on, I just want to pull one more card for any blocks that could be coming up for you. Well, for them, for you. Okay, and we have the Knight of Cups. Well, this is interesting. The Knight of Cups is a beautiful card. I mean, the cups get into feelings and emotions. This is an offering up of the heart. This is an offering up of feelings, being in tune, really kind of having all of those communication skills for those feelings and emotions. And it's a soft, subtle card. I mean, we have the Knight of Swords over here, and like I was saying, I was feeling like that was their energy. And that's a real, like ride in tunnel vision, just very fast moving card. And you can see the difference between these two cards is fast, whoosh, energy just flying into the fray, which is kind of where they are right now, but it's really just for this issue that's going on with them. And this is a very soft entrance, a soft arrival, a soft hello, a soft exposure. But this is popping up as a block that they might have a real hard time getting in touch with their emotions right now, a really hard time offering up their feelings, a really hard time coming in soft. It's a possibility they might even come in really strong sometimes. They might really even fly into, you get this feeling like whoa, wow, that they have this, because they have that energy just sort of floating around, and you might get the sort of the end of that, but this is the energy we want. This is the energy that they want to give. This is the energy that's being blocked, that's coming up as a possible denial and a possible block. Okay, now I want to know what we can do, what you can do to help these blocks. So let's start with that Three of Pentacles. Is there anything that we can do to help with those first, being able to figure out the way to move forward, the way to be more vulnerable, the way to, is there anything that you can do to help this person with that, to remove that block? Oh, how interesting. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace is bringing in new opportunities. And here we are with the Pentacles. We're asking about the Three of Pentacles, which we're attaching to our Nine of Pentacles and our Six of Pentacles over here. So and this is really just a call to the openness. Bring in the openness that you have and bring it in this area. And perhaps that even means, follow your intuition on everything. That's very important to me. If you feel called to have an openness about anything that you feel might be in this secret space that you want to bring an openness to, sort of an offering or sharing, that might be beneficial here. And also for you, look for the opportunities as well. Look for the opportunities that are being offered up by the universe when things are coming in and being handed to you for giving, for receiving, and really feel that out as well. But I would take note if you feel called to sort of really bring in openness or sharing about, about things that you feel might be in this space. If you think it could be a big financial setback as we get into those pentacles, maybe bringing in openness and open-mindedness, to any dialogue or discussion that you have about money, about it not, being too, whatever you innately feel, that feels like it's pulled by your intuition, that you genuinely have a feeling about. Maybe don't sit on those thoughts. You can let those thoughts kind of be open and exposed. Okay. I want to know more about this vulnerability, this star essence of you. Anything about that block that perhaps you can do to trigger any kind of opening energy for this person. Oh, Four of Pentacles is popping up. So interesting. So the Four of Pentacles is kind of a hoarding card. As you'll notice, there's, like a person who's got both their feet on the pentacles, tying it to their chest, on their head. It's just holding on so tight. And this is interesting. So we're asking about our star card, and I had just said don't dim down, don't pull back, but this card kind of does feel like perhaps in certain ways you do hold on to certain things and you don't let it all flow. If you have really strong feelings coming up about this person, or if there's something that you feel that you're being guided to just keep to yourself for a little bit and keep it close to the chest, then that might be the right call. Now, I do think this openness about, whatever the issue is, I think would still be good. But I do think there might be some, I don't want to say withholding, but, maybe not full pour, where you might feel something and you're so used to just saying what you feel that you just lay it all out. You just sort of, expose it all and give it all over. But maybe you don't do that a little bit. Maybe you, do sort of hold on to some of those things because, there's a possibility that if this, person doesn't feel completely known, it might feel inauthentic, that, that you're having feelings for somebody you don't completely know yet, or something like that. But there might be some reason this is coming up in the cards. So, and, perhaps this could even get into, just, if we're getting down to just like complete, sort of immediate little things, this could even just be, not spending a lot of money, like, choosing things to do that are not expensive and being a little bit thrifty, and maybe even being a little thrifty around this person, even though that might not be your natural give and flow, ebb and flow. That could also, sort of get into that as well. All right, let's continue. Let's see what our cards are saying. So we have our Knight of Cups that we're asking about. We're asking about that as a block, about anything that you can do and take action on to help release and open up the energy of that block between you and this person, to help gain some extra pathways. Hi, Two of Cups. Well, interesting, isn't it? So we're back in the cups. The Two of Cups is a beautiful card. It's kind of like the Lover's card in the Minor Arcana. And this is a very strong relationship communication card. So really about getting into this place with this person who's having a hard time sharing their feelings, and in this soft and subtle, balanced way. These two people are equals, and there's nothing crazy about this card. These two people aren't diving off a cliff together. They're not, this is like at peace with each other, eye to eye. cup to cup, feelings to feelings. It is walking this path together, and it is beautiful. And what just struck me in this moment too is genuinely actually just, sharing meals together, eye to eye, cup to cup, sharing some meals together where there's no heavy expectation of anything coming out of it. It's just soft and easy, and you're just talking and communicating, and that's it. And it's fun, but it's eye to eye and it's cup to cup. That just came up for me. So perhaps you want to follow that as well. But I also love the togetherness of this card, that you're walking in the same pace. You're moving together, and that's good. And if that means that you have to slow down or you have to be calm while they speed up, whatever that is, that's good. It's a nice way to make that togetherness. And of course, always working on those beautiful, good communication skills. Maybe even, looking up some articles or podcasts on communicating better and better and better. Okay, I want to pull just a few more cards on our gold deck. So let's finish up with our gold deck here. I want to see if there's anything that is there anything you should do in the immediacy that is going to help move this forward? Is there anything that you could do in the immediacy to help move this forward? Hey, King of Wands. Well, I feel like you're already doing this because you already make this person feel like their winning self. But know that you do that. They feel like they can be this winner. And I'm pointing at the Six of Wands here. This is that feeling that we got when we were pulling these cards. So you make them feel like they can win. And the wands get into that fire energy. And it's also growth energy. This fire, passion, purpose. And there's also, physical passion here as well. But you make them feel like they can be in that winning seat. They can be the person of their dreams. They can be back to a winning space. Now, as I pulled the King of Wands, that same feeling really came up of, okay, show them how you think highly of them, how you respect them, what you think they can be. Treat them like the king they are deep down. Treat them like they are unstoppable, like they are the kind of person who moves forward without any obstacles getting in the way, that they have a deep seat of power, that they are a fiery, passionate person who moves forward on their purpose, who doesn't stop, doesn't hold back, is extremely powerful. Let them feel that you feel that way about them. And let yourself continue to feel that way about them, that they're unstoppable and they're capable and powerful. That's some beautiful energy right there. And again, I think you're doing that, but be aware and let yourself lean into that. Okay, now I want to know two more cards. I want to pull two more cards for what the universe, your guides, what we need to know about you and this person. So we have the Tower. So this person brings with them great change. And great change can be a good thing. It can also be a destructive thing. Destructive things can be good things. So there is an element here that is going to change everything. Now, whether that's they, enlighten you in a certain way that changes everything for you, or you take a different course of action somewhere, or whether that's a togetherness that, burns old bridges and old things and, has to force out other things in order for this to, grow into the phoenix it is. That is TBD. That is to be determined. We'll find out more about that as we go. But there is an element that will be uncomfortable here. There is an element that things are going to change in a big way moving forward with this person if you continue to move forward with this person. I want to pull one more card in that same vein of what we need to know about the two of you together. Okay, and we have the Ace of Wands. So this is our second ace card. Our first ace card was the Ace of Pentacles, which was, you know, our, I don't want to say tips from you, but, you know, like our guidance for you for helping with blocks. So their Ace of Wands at the togetherness here, this is the opportunity to, this does have the opportunity to be something that's very lit up, very passionate, very purposeful as well, but something that really sits in your soul and lights a fire within you both. We've been talking about the wands, but the wands get into that fire energy. There's also that growth energy with the leaves on the ends. And this is a lovely card. There's a castle in the background for the opportunities that could be coming in. You know, the hands are coming through to hand off the opportunity. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. This has the potential to be truly a wonderful opportunity for your life, for both of you. There is something being handed to both of you. So, yeah. Yum, yum. Okay. All right. Taking that. I want to grab our pink deck for just a second. And you know I love to do this now. My pink deck's a slippery little deck, so sometimes she just, you know, loves to exercise her own movement schedule to just run around and do what she needs to do. So let's go ahead and ask our pink deck. I really want them to focus on your energy here with our pink deck. So I want to focus on you. What do I need to know, first of all, just about you, not relating to this person? Is there anything that I need to know right now that's coming up for you? Hi, Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. Well, this is a totally separate deck. So of course we have the possibility of pulling duplicate cards. And the last card we pulled was the Ace of Wands. And so now we are pulling the Ace of Wands. New things are coming in for you. Good things are coming in for you. You are going to feel lit up and powerful and forcefully moving forward in the world without obstacles, that you can handle anything. You're going to feel very powerful, and new opportunities are coming your way for passion, for purpose, for drive. This can also come into your career. There's some exciting changes that are about to be happening, but opportunities that are going to be handed off to you. Beautiful, beautiful opportunities about to be handed off to you. And that is important to know, whether it's with this person, whether it's with other things, but love it. Okay, I want to pull this card right here that's popping out at us. Now we also have the Hermit card. So there might be a part of you that feels the need to pull back into yourself a little bit, to shine a little interior light, to see what's going on inside yourself, to see what you're really thinking, to maybe be away. And that can be away from the world. I always say outside sounds magnify, amplify the message. And we just had somebody toot a little horn outside. There might be a feeling that you need to do some soul searching. See what's going on inside of you. And any way that really pops up to you and in your intuition to do that, and to get intuitive, to get inside of your intuition as well. I want you to really give that, you know, some credence, really give that some consideration, that you should make time for this. This is good. This is something that you should do. This is something that you are in need of. Don't diminish that just because it's not, you know, that fire energy moving forward, which we know is coming in for you. So you might feel that energy all around you and feel like, I gotta move forward, I gotta move forward, I gotta move forward. But it's okay to go inside too. It's okay to look around and see what's there. That's part of moving forward. Okay, I really do want to pull just one more card though in this vein of questioning, because I feel called to do it. So we're just asking about you, nothing else, just about you, anything that's coming up that we really need to know. Oh, wow. Well, this is kind of a big one. So we have the Four of Cups, and we know that our cups are getting into that feeling space and that heart space. And the Four of Cups, The Four of Cups is kind of a no card. It's kind of a shutting it out card. No, thank you. Oh, this, feeling an emotional like gift is being offered to me. No, thanks. Close the door. Now, before you argue the other side of that you are totally accepting and open and you're receiving, and which is completely legitimate. I want you to truly just look inside you and see how you feel. But I would take a note. I would just notice, is it possible that there is a part of you that is closed off to this, that is saying no? And that can show up in so many different ways. That can show up when you're really interested in something, when it's not completely available, when it's not completely being offered, but once it's super available, you're not really interested anymore. That can show up in so many different ways where I just want you to notice if this could be true. And if it is, this might take some little internal time to take a deeper look. It came up, so I'm saying it, and that could definitely act as a block for sure, but also it's an internal state of being, that's, where you are. So, but I'm gonna let you be the judge of that. Okay, now I want to ask about you and this person. So what do we need to know about your energy with this person? So anything we need to know about your energy with this person? Oh my, the Empress popping up. So while this person is feeling like, we got the King of Wands popping up, we've got the Six of Wands popping up, you get to step into some divine feminine energy with this person. And that is a beautiful space to be. I would love to know if you feel like you truly are just like, like woman with this person, that you feel like this embodiment of this femininity, this divine feminine energy, and this flourishing sort of feeling like you're so alive and you're bringing things to life around you, and you have this like fertility energy, which doesn't have to get into like reproduction, just fertility. Things grow, things are fertile, things are good. There's an abundance, there's a flowing, everything is in this really divine feminine space. And that is something that it's a real gift, and it could be a real gift here for this as something that comes with progressing down this road. We're still looking at you and this person, and I am going to take that other card that was coming out with that. So we have the Three of Wands popping up here as well, and the Three of Wands is a very, this is a calm card. It's a looking out over of what you've accomplished, what you've done. So there is a feeling here that there is a part of this relationship, if you move forward with this person, there'll be a good amount of gratitude of seeing where you've come from, where you've gone to, this feeling of appreciation of how much you've been through together, how much you've grown. I'm also seeing this as something of the type of people that you would be together, that it wouldn't be just like a ferocious, but it would have this kind of calm, this sort of calm steadiness about it too. Being able to really see things as they are, see things with a wide perspective, a bird's eye view, really being able to take in what is. This was the other card that was popping up. Oh, hi, aces. Well, now we've pulled 3 aces, and really we've pulled 4 aces, but this is a duplicate card. So we've now also pulled the Ace of Cups. So this is telling me, if you move forward with this, if you guys figure out the blocks and, the pieces of this is worth pursuing. This is something good. It could overflow your heart. It has the potential to really overflow your cup. The Cups getting into those feelings and emotions. I mean, this is a gorgeous card to pull in any kind of love reading or soulmate reading, or how they feel about you reading. There's just it is an abundance. It is an overflow. It's wonderful. It's love. It's happiness. It's joy. It's the good things. It is laughter. It is the things that you appreciate and enjoy together. It is wonderful. Okay, all right. I'm just going to pull 2 more cards for you. So I want to pull 1 card for any blocks that you might need to know about. So we have the Magician. So remember when I was talking about your manifestation energy? So I think that you do have a manifestation energy. The Magician is a master manifester. And this is popping up as a block. So either you're having a hard time manifesting right now, even though this is innately part of who you are. You just know how to do it. You know how to call things into your world, into your life. You just do, that's just, you just manifest stuff. That's part of who you are. It's that, sort of Wheel of Fortune feeling that we had down here about how they feel about you. That things just fall into your lap, you just kind of have good luck. It's that kind of good luck. But you might be having a hard time right now manifesting things. And that could be, sometimes this card is calling us to really take action with all of our tools. And you might not normally have to do that. Like maybe sometimes you don't have to take a whole lot of action. You don't have to think about it or look at all the tools on your table, because you just do it naturally. And you might have to think about it right now. This could also be that your manifestation powers are in full swing, and that and because of that, there's a block here for this moving forward. That you're so good at making things come to life and bringing things to you that there is something that is falling through the sieve here with this. That it could be just that you're so confident you're not taking the time to see what is sort of being left out or kept from you or hidden secrets. But there could be something to that. I mean, good problems to have, but I'm gonna let you take that. And I'm sure you know which one of the 2 it is. It's probably very obvious to you. You probably know if you're in like total manifestation mode or if you are having trouble manifesting right now. Okay, I want to pull 1 more card for you, and I just want a message from your guides, from your angels, from the divine for you about anything that you need to know. Just a little message that you need. And we have the 2 of Wands, and I'm really just feeling this as be brave, be courageous, step forward, step in, be adventurous, travel. And I don't just mean like actually literally travel into the world, but have the courage that it takes to move forward in your life. Have the courage that it takes to move forward and adventure into your life. Ooh, I just got a little emotional. If you're feeling this 4 of Cups energy, if you're feeling this no energy, that block that could be there, I want you to think about what kind of bravery and courage you're going to need to step forward. And you have all the help you need. You have all the support you need to get there. So I'm just going to tuck that right there. Okay, now I pulled a Moonology card as our initial card, which is an oracle card. And I really pulled this really sort of a foundational card of something to give us some piece of advice for moving forward with this person. Adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. Adjustments are required. Yeah, even if you're so used to everything working out the way you want it, you're so used to things coming together, this one's going to take some adjustments. This one's going to take a little bit of adjusting. Fine-tuning, changing things up just a little bit. I hope that you loved this reading as much as I did. I think there's a ton of juicy, good information here. I would absolutely love for you to, I want to do something with this Ace of Wands over here. If there's a castle emoji, pop a castle emoji below for this little castle that pops up in our Ace of Wands for these new opportunities that are coming in. If there is no castle, then something that represents, let's do the wand. Let's do the magic wand below. So I want you to go ahead and pop that below so I know that you're open hands. You're taking this in. You're here. You're listening. You're vibrant. You're alive. I am sending you so much love and support and courage and bravery to step into this beautiful, adventurous, wild world that we have in front of us. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Until I see your precious self again. Mwah. Mia. Welcome in my card to Land and Arrive, how they currently feel about you. We're going to find out all of the juicy details. We're going to do a very in-depth reading today. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It helps to let us know to keep doing content just like this. And also, we just love it. We love having you here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our gold deck. This beautiful, glorious deck, and let's get started. So I just want to leave that question on the table, how they currently feel about you. Let's see what pops up, and we'll ask questions as we go. So our first card we're pulling is the Nine of Pentacles. And they see you as this gorgeous, luxurious, beautiful human being. There is something physical about this. You put yourself together well. You have this divine feminine essence. There's something that you pay attention to, the way that you move through the world, how you look. You have all this growth energy around you as well. And you kind of just radiate. This is such a gold card. You'll notice all the gold in this card. There is this this high quality, high worth essence about you, and they really feel that when they're thinking about you. We also have the Two of Wands. So there is a part of you as well that makes them want to be brave and adventurous and to sort of step into a whole new world, your world. They want to step into something totally new, something totally different, adventure forward, sort of travel, if you will, into a whole new space. This also gets into some fire energy, that passion, purpose energy with some growth happening. So new things afoot, new brave things, courageous things. I'm feeling this one, so we're going for this one. And the Nine of Wands is popping up. So there's also a part of them that has been hurt recently. They've got bopped over the head, maybe in love, maybe some career setback, maybe there's something else going on. But there's a part of them that got hurt recently, and you make them feel like they want to get back up and get in the game. Like they want to champion for you, that they want to get back into it for you. They want to stand back up and be their brave, strong, resilient self and fight for what it is that they really want. Let's continue on. All right, so we're asking that same question. We're going to ask more specific questions as they come up. How they currently feel about you. I'm feeling both of these cards. So first of all, we have the World. And this is a little bit obvious that they feel like you're really bringing the essence of everything in. Now, this figure in the center is sometimes called the Dancer, and I think that has a large part to do with what you're bringing to the table. You have this way of dancing through the world. You have this way of being in an otherworldly way, that you're almost beyond normal human understanding. You're sort of above it all. You're in this other ethereal place. This also does signify the closing of certain cycles and the beginning of new cycles. So that makes a lot of sense when we're looking over these things here, that something's been closed off, something's getting shut down, and something new is beginning. You make them want to start a new cycle, that something new could really be beginning with you at the front of that. And we also have the Emperor reversed, which is interesting. So I'm feeling like you might bring out maybe this kind of jealous side of them, and maybe this kind of controlling side of them that wants to, there's a few things going on here that wants to, they want to take control over everything. They want to be able to dictate what happens because they have this kind of almost possessive energy with you sometimes. And no matter where you are in this, whether you've like barely talked to this person or if you're in a relationship with this person, wherever you are in these feelings are starting to sort of like growl out. It also makes them, sort of want to demand that you see certain good aspects of them, their accomplishments. There's a possibility that they occasionally overdo it when they're sort of showing themselves off to you, that they're going a little too hard, too far, and it's almost like, why though? What is that? Are you, what am I tapping in you that's bringing this out in you? But there is something that's really sort of, coming forward in this perhaps even needy way, but in a sort of like demanding to see their, masculinity and their accomplishments and things like that kind of needy way. Okay. Now I want to stay in this. I want to stay in this. How they're currently feeling about you. Feeling something back here. And we have the Three of Swords. Oh, it's very interesting. There's a part of them that is heartbroken. And maybe it's because they feel they can't have something with you. Perhaps you're even thinking about somebody you used to be with. Or perhaps this person is afraid of the hurt that could come with you. That if they move forward where they are, that it will slice them open. And it will be almost more than they can bear. And there is something a little painful here. And not a little painful. It's very painful here. This could also be memories of old past hurts that are coming up because they're starting to feel some similar feelings of hope and desire and want and craving. And this could be some of the reasons why some of those other traits are popping up with our Emperor reversed. I want to know more about this Three of Swords. What else do we need to know about this? Let's get some more details. I'm asking the card for some more details about this Three of Swords. Maybe some more specificity. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we're asking about this heartbreak. And the Wheel of Fortune pops up, which doesn't seem quite like the right answer, but we're going to read the cards the way they're popping up. So this heartbreak stemming from this feeling of being able to have it all, that everything could come, and that sort of gets into the world too. And I do think there is this fear that they're not capable of having you, and that the stakes are high because it feels like it's saying everything, all the goodness, all the fortune, all of the luck, all of the things they want to fall into place for themselves are sort of wrapped up in this feeling and this sort of feeling that they can't have it. I want to know more about this. I want to know more about this Three of Swords. I want to know more about this. We have the Two of Swords reversed. And the Two of Swords upright, this is a card that says not making a decision is still making a decision. And there could be this space where they just are absolutely paralyzed. They want to make a decision. They want to be able to choose a path. They want to be able to move forward, but they feel absolutely paralyzed by it. They feel totally blind to it, and they don't feel like they have any control over that. And there might be a part of them that is really, truly struggling here. And I don't know that you would see that. You would see it in inaction. If there's action that you really want to see from this person, and you're like, I know that they want to move forward somewhere. And again, if this gets into a past relationship or something where things are a little bit rocky right now, that could very easily get into this category. But if not, this could just be that they're not moving forward because they are stuck. I mean, either way, that they're not moving forward because they're very much stuck in this paralyzed kind of position of indecision, not being able to do anything, not even to really be able to just say, I'm choosing not to make a choice, but just, feeling helpless to do it and to make a choice. I want to continue on with that. I want to continue on with that. One more card for that Three of Swords that we got about that heartbreak feeling that comes through. And the King of Cups comes up. What an interesting card to come up here. And the King of Cups, you know, beautiful card. Our King of Cups is emotional in a very masculine, divine masculine way, able to feel immense things. And I do think this person is capable of feeling immense things, immense love, immense joy, immense grief, immense loss. They have a lot of feelings, and they do have this divine masculine energy around it. But there is a part of them that just feels too much. And I think this can get into this space where the paralyzed position comes out. It can be too much. It feels like too much. And there might be some recovery that is needed, more recovery time, more healing time, more or at least some steps within that for them to be able to move themselves forward. I want to know more about how they feel about you. I want to know more about how they feel about you and how they would want to move this forward. And we have the moon. And the moon signifying our secrets, our hidden truths, the things that are kept in the dark that maybe aren't brought to the light, that are sort of hidden away. So you certainly aren't getting the full picture of how they feel about you. There is a lot that's being withheld. And I think if your intuition has kicked in a couple of different ways where you're like, I feel like this. I feel like they are deeply, this person feels like either they're really stuck in an old heartbreak space, or perhaps they are still very, deeply in love with you. Especially if we're going back to somebody from the past, or somebody that you've been talking to for a while, or that you're with, and it's just a little bit tricky and you're not able to move forward. There is a lot you're not getting, a lot that's under the surface, but I do think that your intuition would pick up on a lot of this. I do think that your intuition has hit you a couple of times and been like, and that does feel like that's coming up. Now let's go ahead and just ask the cards. Let's find out more about this secret that's underneath of things. Hi, my Queen of Cups. This is very interesting. I would really love to know if this is a person from your past, or if this is a person that you've had a very deep emotional connection with, or you currently have a very deep emotional connection. It's just not moving forward quite the way you want it to. Boy, oh boy. High King of Cups, High Queen of Cups. This is a really intimate partnership. And I feel like even if it hasn't all been expressed, if it hasn't all been said, which I do not think it has, if there is a lot that's under the surface, what is under the surface runs deep. There's something that's running deep down here. And there's a lot of feeling and emotion that goes along with it. Really intense things going along with it. And they have a deep, intense feeling about you and the way that you feel things. And perhaps they know, however intimately or deeply they know you, they can feel from you that you are a person that has felt more deeply than anybody they've met. You are a person who moves intuitively through the world. You're a person who sees things that other people don't see, and that you are a person who feels things in a very deep way, the way that they do. And that's something they really want in a person. It's their idea of that divine feminine essence that, that's so beautiful and glorious. Ooh, my. Okay, let's continue on. Woof. Okay. I'm still asking about how they're feeling about you. Oh boy, now we got the Queen of Wands. They think very highly of you. You are the kind of person that is in their seat of power. You have this divine feminine essence, and it's not just soft, as sometimes we think of those emotions as, being soft, being in the water, but it's also fire. It's passion. It is drive. It is moving forward. It's optimism. It is like, oh, seat of power. You're really moving through the world. You're really just jumping over hurdles, nothing in the way. And I feel like this person is in awe of you, that this person truly admires who you are as a human being. And there is some stuff under the surface here. Let's see how we can get underneath of the surface here, huh? What do we need to move this forward? It does feel like there's an iceberg on top of this, but boy, does it run deep, and is it something? So what do we need to? Is this something you want to move over this iceberg of? I'd be curious to know about that too. If you wanted to, what would you need to do? And then we'll ask in a little bit some other questions. The Hierophant is popping up, and the Hierophant tells us about, from, spiritual practices and higher learning, sage advice, looking for a guru, spirituality, religiosity, even, I always say outside noises enhance the message. We just heard a loud truck go by. But even getting into societal norms here, if you wanted to move this forward, there could be some sort of studying to be done, some higher knowing, some seeking, some open-minded education, something that would be able to move you forward. If there's something that pops into mind, if there's a book that you've been meaning to read, if there's a speaker you've been meaning to listen to about relationships, if there is something that they've brought up that you're like, yeah, that feels like it's in that vein of seeking, and from spirituality to religion to, to social norms, follow that. If that is something that you're trying to remove, that iceberg that's on top of that. I want to pull another card for that, because I feel like that's a multi-card sort of question. We have the High Priestess. I love pulling the High Priestess here. Sit into your deeper knowing. Sit into your wisdom. You have the the dark area and the light area. You understand, and you are wise. You are so wise. Sit into your wisdom, but also your desire for higher knowing, which is innate in you. It's part of you. Sit into that space, into the wise one that sits within you, and your magical side, your spiritual side, the side of you that feels things, that is intuitive, that can see what other people can't see, that they recognize in you. Sit into that part of yourself. I'm asking one more question about this iceberg removal, which is what we're going to call it now. We have the Five of Wands. This is a very interesting card to pop up here. So the Five of Wands are wands, of course, getting into that fire energy, passion, purpose, all that yummy stuff. We've got some growth happening here. This card can be like a fighting card. This card can also be a competitive card. Now, I am feeling like perhaps there is something that you need to hash out, and it is not going to be an easy conversation. It might be a bit of a battle, and it might even be a bit of a competition of, who is going to be right, or whose voice is going to be heard. But I think that needs to happen. If you wanted to move this forward, if you wanted to be able to remove this iceberg, if you wanted to be able to, I think that you would have to sit into the fire of this a bit and let yourself sort of go to battle. And this isn't a battle to the death. This can even be a playful battle, but it is, it's got some fire to it. We're in that Wands territory. It's got some combustion, and it's something that's definitely, got the sparks flying, and it will be heated and probably won't be a whole lot of fun, but prepare yourself for that. If this is a place you want to go, if this is a destination you want to move to, let yourself really think about that and think about what it would take to even get to that conversation or to that space where you could hash those things out. Okay, I want to know more about the trajectory of this. Like, what would this look like if you were able to move past blocks and move forward and get to a place where what would this look like? Well, first of all, we have the Nine of Swords, which isn't quite the card we want to pull when asking this question. Then the swords get into thought space. This is a very anxious card. Like, I can't sleep. I am thinking about this. This isn't, this feels tumultuous. So it doesn't feel like immediately it's going to be, it doesn't feel like an easy ride. I don't think that this is going to be an easy walk in the park kind of situation of getting to your destination. I do think that there will be some tormenting, but perhaps it's worth it. Let's find out. Let's pull some more cards. What else have we got? Let's see what else is coming up for us. Oh, hi. Well, I love pulling the star, and I love pulling the star right here because ultimately you can get to a place that is fully vulnerable, that is fully seen, fully exposed, fully giving, all in, completely open, nothing held back, and appreciated that way. And shining just the way you are, where you don't have to dim yourself down. You don't have to, play small. You can play big. You can play as big as you are meant to play, which is very big indeed. And you are meant to shine. Very bright indeed. I want to know about any blocks for this person that we need to look at. Now, I know we're already looking at some blocks, so let's get more specific here. We're just asking the cards for any blocks that we really need to look at here. Is there anything we really need to look at? The Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace is bringing new opportunities. Again, the swords are bringing in that thought space, mental space, clarity, truth, headspace. Coming in as the block, I think the truth needs to out. I think that this hidden stuff over here with our moon, the stuff that is under the iceberg, the clarity has to come, the truth has to come. Now, this feels, we're in the gold deck, which this is more in alignment with your energy, but it's in alignment with their energy. So I feel like this is something they're gonna have to do. We will ask some questions about how you can help them get there, if there are any action steps you can take. And I'm looking for any other blocks here for them moving forward and for this moving forward. The Five of Pentacles. Feeling really needy, feeling really hungry. And this could really get into finances as well. Really not being in a good financial space can act as a very big block. It can be very demasculating. It can be very contentious. Things where it could just cause problems being in a bad financial space. So it could get into like the neediness and hunger of this person sort of deep down, which does show up with the Emperor reversed. Just sort of needing a lot of attention and needing praise and needing to be seen as, the good things that they've done. And even though they have all these wonderful attributes anyway, all those feelings are good things. Getting back up in the fight, that's a good thing. But there is definitely some potential for some blockage here. Now, if you wanted to move this forward, how could you help them with their blocks? Is there any action you could take? And usually this is sort of more of an energetic helping hand, where you're just sort of shifting energy and opening up your energy in a certain way that helps them open their energy. Well, yes, the Knight of Swords pops up. Now, as we know, the truth and the clarity, all that needs to happen, that's acting as a block. And the Knight of Swords coming in, be your bravest, fast moving, truthful, clear self. Let yourself get into that star space now where you just ring true. This is who I am. This is what I think. I am not going to hold the things back that make me me. I am going to feel my intuition. I'm going to run right towards it. I'm going to see the truth and the clarity, and I'm going to run straight into it. And I'm not going to hold back. And this would actually help them to be able to own their truth and hold their truth and have their clarity. I'm going to pull one more card in that same line of questioning for anything that you can do to help with their energetic blocks. And the King of Wands pops up. Now, this is interesting. I am feeling this. So I'm feeling this in, we pulled the King of Wands in our reading 1, and I am feeling this in a very similar way of seeing in them the qualities that you do see in them. Honor the best qualities of them and speak those out loud. The things that you think that they are doing well. They see in you, they are in awe of the things you're doing. And they want you to be in awe of the things they're doing too. You guys align in this cups territory, and they see you in this sort of heightened position in this, Queen of Wands space, and they want to be seen the same way. Now, whether they're doing things in order to be seen that way, you would know that. But if they are, call those things out and champion those things. If you want, if you want to get under the iceberg, champion those things, light those things up, set those things on fire. Now, also, I am seeing this as you really sitting into your own too. They see these things in you, but also you see these things in you. You're unstoppable. You are incredibly capable. You are full forward, no obstacles in the way. Absolutely sure of yourself in a true seat of power. And see that in yourself as well. Opening up that energy of letting yourself see it in yourself, and you can speak that too, can help let them open it up to see it in themselves as well. All right, I'm pulling in our pink deck. Now, our pink deck, I'm bringing in for help and guidance around your energy. So we're going to be asking about your energy. I've lost one of my little Post-it cover-ups, I believe. So hopefully there's no nudity in my cards because YouTube will censor me, but we're going to give it a go. Okay, so this is a totally separate deck. I could be pulling duplicate cards, which I love. That gives us more information. But just so you know that. And let's go. So these gorgeous cards are a little slippery, and sometimes they just kind of pop about as they will. So we're going to let them do that if they want to. Yes. Okay. So I'm just pulling cards straight for you, first of all. This has nothing to do with this person. This is just what the cards need us to know for you in this moment. What do we need to know? High Ace of Swords. Well, isn't that something? Okay, here we go. Right away, we have a duplicate card. Ace of Swords popping up. Now, this is so interesting because the Ace of Swords is popping up as a block for them. And the Ace of Swords is popping up just as one of your cards is what we need to know about you. And this is telling me that you really do. You really have a sense of clarity, truth, understanding. New opportunities also are coming in for you for that. You're going to have so much handed off to you. I want you to open your hands to that. If you want to receive more truth, clarity, understanding, enlightenment, open your hands right now. You can say, I receive. I am open to receiving, because it's about to be handed to you. This is beautiful, and it's royal. It's got, that royal touch to it. I want to continue. I'm just pulling cards just for you. I just want to know about you. And we pull the Empress. Yes. Wow. Okay. I want you. Oh, yeah. You have this divine feminine essence. I love this card. This card always makes me think of apple orchards. There is a poem by Edna St. Vincent Millay that it makes me think of orchard breath. Apple orchards, just like fresh air, oxygen, just being surrounded. Like you bring a wave of life with you where you go. And this is a fertility energy. It's a wave of life and growth. And you just bring that and transport that. And is it feminine? Whoa, you have some real femininity. Now, I also, this to me also is a sign like lean into that. Let yourself be guided by your feminine essence. Let yourself walk in your feminine energy. Just let yourself bask in that, the growth that happens around you, inside of you. I have a feeling you're a continual grower, that you're a seeker. You're continually finding out, researching about yourself, that you want to know more. You pulling in more. And that's part of that energy of just things growing. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's pull in another card for you. So I am just asking just about you. And I'm going with this top card, our little top card moving. Hi. Now we have pulled our Two of Wands over here for this person. And this person is starting to feel like they want to be brave and courageous and adventurous and step in and, sort of have that travel sort of feeling. This is something you already possess. And you make that person feel that way because you are that way. You are contagious. Your energy is contagious. You are courageous. You are brave. You do step into new things. You do adventure forward. You are interested in life. You are seeking. You want to move forward. You want to be in the world. And that is contagious to them. It is inspiring. You are inspiring that person, and you're inspiring those attributes in that person. Okay, now I want to know about, first of all, I just want to know about you and this person. Is this a good match? Is this good stuff? Is this something that you want in your world? Is this something that we should be paying attention to, giving credence to? Is this something that we should be tuning into and moving forward with? So first of all, Four of Swords popping up, which really is just saying rest on this idea. Let it settle. Now, I know that I have told this story before, but there's that Buddhist story of the lake that's all, churned up, and the Buddha wants a glass of water, and the guy goes off and he says, no, there's dirt and sludge and stuff in the water. You can't drink from it. And the Buddha says, sit down. Let's take 20 minutes. Then it takes some time, and he sends him back. And all the debris has settled in the water, and the water is clear to drink. And I want you to think of that when you think of your mind. If your mind feels like it is going crazy with information, like, oh my goodness, I have no idea what to do with this, or I don't know which direction I'm supposed to be moving in right now. A, we know already new opportunities for clarity are coming in for you and truth. And that is a gift that is coming for you. B, take a moment. Let yourself rest. Now, this is the Four of Swords, so I'm going to say take 4 of something, whether that is 4 minutes or 4 hours, 4 days, 4 weeks, whatever feels right to you. But let yourself go in that and take some time to let the debris settle so your mind can be clear and you can drink from your truth. Let yourself find a little clarity. Give yourself some time for that. We know it's coming for you. We know that gift is being handed off to you. Okay, continuing on now, because I want to continue asking this vein of question. Although this feels like it's saying it's inside you already. You already know the answer about moving this forward. If you want to move this forward, is it worth it? Is it something that's going to be good for you? You're going to get the clarity you need about it, but you have to let the debris settle. There are too many things. The energy is too... is where we need to go. So obviously I'm using my words well today. You know what I mean. Okay. But I am asking that same question, and I am pulling another card just in case we get some more answers. Now, this is very interesting. The Four of Pentacles popping up, which is kind of a hoarding card. Now, this can get into money. This can get into earthly goods. This could get into your physical body. And this could be saying, hey, keep your physical presence. Be a little greedy with your physical presence. This could also get into sexuality and physicality in a romantic way. Like, hey, maybe you keep it to yourself for a little while you figure this out. Now, I would like to point out that we have the Four of Swords and now we have the Four of Pentacles. We have 2 fours in a row. There's something to that, 4 minutes, 4 hours, 4 days, 4 weeks, whatever it is, 4 dates, whatever it is, give yourself some time and space. And whatever this is, whether it's your physical presence of like being around this person, where you need to have some time to just, not give too much, and take a little rest for yourself and keep to yourself a little bit so that you can get the clarity you need, so that you can understand yourself. You are precious. You are precious, and you deserve any amount of time that you need. Okay. Okay. Good answers that have been coming in. Now, I would like to ask first of all, before I ask anything else, I want to ask about your blocks. Is there anything blocking you from love right now? This person or otherwise? Anything that is blocking you from love right now? I just want to see if there's anything popping up for you. So we have the 10 of Wands reversed. So our 10s are cards of completion. And our wands, again, getting into that like yummy fire energy. Now, upright, this card is, on the horizon. You're bringing this home. You're going to get it. You're going to do it. And I feel like there might be a belief, perhaps a subconscious belief, perhaps a conscious belief that you're not going to, it's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not going to bring it home. There is no completion. There is no trophy at the end. You're not going to win this. You've been struggling through it for nothing. That is not true. Take a moment for yourself. Nah. You don't need that. You are worthy of everything you desire. The reason you have the desire is because it was given to you. It was a gift, a divine gift. And it is beautiful to follow your divine calling and your divine gift, something that was given to you as a deep desire. And true fulfillment, true beautiful love and happiness await you. Any kind of belief that you have of it not being able to happen, not coming true, not being available to you, that is not your intuition. It is just a misplaced belief. Where did it come from? You probably know the answer to that. Maybe from a past love, maybe from a parent, maybe from something else. And honor if you feel that's true for you. If you don't feel it's true for you, that's fine. But notice if it does feel true for you, because that is popping up as a very potential block. I want to pull another card for blocks for you. If there's something we need to know. And this is just for love, not just this love, but any love. And we have the 10, boy. Okay, come on. Look at our beautiful cards giving us messages. We have the 4 of Swords. Told you they were slippery. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Wands reversed. We have the 10 of Swords. There is something going on with these numbers for you. I would like you to take note of them. I'd like you to take note of the 4s. I already said it 2 times. I won't say it again. Now I want you to take note of the 10s. The 10s are cards of completion. Once again, we have another 10. Look for these in your daily life as well. And we have the 10 of Swords, which is, this is kind of a devastation card. I say kind of, but look at it. It doesn't look like a kind of, does it? This is a devastation card. This is a tough card. It's a card of completion. It is being taken totally out. This could be feeling totally stabbed in the back as well. But it feels like, okay, here I am laying on the ground and I have 10 swords in my back. That kind of being taken out. So I'm not getting a clear read on what this feeling comes from, where it stemmed from, what's happened to create this feeling. If you know that right now, honor that right now. There is some healing that needs to happen here. There is some clarity that's going to be handed off to you. You have new opportunities. You have things coming in. Be open to receiving those. But also honor what you need to honor. And I think you know what you need to honor. I think you know what this is. If something still needs to heal, it needs to heal in order to get up from this position. This is a hard position to get up from. Okay, I'm going to pull a card about you getting up from that position because that feels very important. My precious one, how do we get you back on your feet? How do we get you? I'm feeling these two cards. We have the Two of Swords and we have the Nine of Cups. A decision has to be made. If you don't make this decision, that is also a decision. Not making a decision is a decision. You are essentially saying, I'm okay if a decision is made for me if I don't make this decision. It's time to decide if you want to make this decision or not. And we're back in the sword space. So now also, this is going to sound so obvious and so easy when I say it, but I want you to feel the abundance that is around you. Truly, this is sometimes called like the genie in a bottle card. You know, this is like everything is granted. Oh, every good thing is coming in. Look at all those cups. The cups bring emotions, happiness. Yay! Everything is coming in. Everything surrounds you. Understand the truth of that. There is nothing being kept from you. There is nothing you can't have. There is no denial. It is surrounding you right now. It is asking you to open your hands. All you have to do is open them. Now that sounds so easy, and I know that's so tricky, and the mindset around that is so tricky. But let it flow in for you. Sit with it. You know, maybe even record this part of this video and just listen to it as you wake up in the morning. Open yourself to it. Open yourself to it. It is all around you. It surrounds you right now. And you can listen to it as you go to bed. It is my little suggestion. Okay, I want to pull one more card for you. And I want to pull one more card. I want to pull... All right, I'm pulling two more cards. I'm pulling one card for anything we need to know about you and this person. And I'm pulling one card from as a message, a guidance message from your angels and higher power. Okay, this is what we've got. Hi, Star. We pulled the Star in our gold deck. It's down here. Oh, right there. Yeah. Well, that was what we were pulling about you and this person before. The most beautiful thing I can see about this so far, there is some real interesting alignment happening. There's some interesting messages coming in. But the most beautiful part seems to me your exposedness, that you are willing to get completely vulnerable with this person, that you will be held in high regard for all of your sitting into your truth and shining just as shiny and bright as you are, being completely and truly you, giving the way you give, being completely exposed, just who you are. And that's a beautiful thing. That is not to be diminished. Now, this is just a message from your guides and angels and higher power. And we have the Seven of Swords. I'm sorry, those are wands, not swords. We have the Seven of Wands, and we're getting into that fire energy. And this is a card that's like this guy is trying to hold his space. He is like fighting for this space. He is fighting to stay here. He is fighting to hold this and own this. Boy, I feel this is two messages and they're completely opposite. So this is going to be a choose a path for you that you know the answer to, and I don't. And here is the path. Path 1, you need to fight for what you want. You need to fight for what you want in life. You need to pick it up, be strong, be courageous, be brave, no obstacles in the way. Taking action towards what you really want. Letting sweat drip down your brow. Letting yourself take no prisoners. Letting yourself claim it and own it. I want this. The other path, which is completely opposite, you will know, is you should not be struggling. This is not a struggle. You should not have to struggle through this. This should be easy. It should flow. It should be fluid. It should feel good. Nothing complicated. No sweat. Doesn't even feel like trying. It should feel like I give over to the universe taking over here. There's no struggle involved. So, two opposite paths. And I think you know where you need to go and what feels right to you. Oh my goodness. Whoa. This is so much information. If you want to do a deeper dive, there's a link below to do a deeper dive. I have loved having you here with me. I know this is a very long reading, and I love you for being here and being with me. I think it's so fun. Okay, can we please drop a star below? Can you please drop a star emoji below to let me know you are here, you are receiving, and can you let me know which path is your path? Are you supposed to be fighting for what you want, letting the sweat drip down, or are you supposed to be releasing the fight, stopping the struggle? I want to know, and I want as many details as you want to give me. I read all the comments and I send love and yummy goodness to all of the comments. I know some people are so wonderful about being vulnerable and I love it, but anything you want to say, I want to hear it. Okay, our last card is a Moonology card, and this is just a little divine guidance for you. And it says, bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Bring love into the situation. I love that. Let yourself just be immersed in love. Feel all the love feelings. Loving on this person as a human being. Loving on yourself. Loving on what you've accomplished. Loving in every different direction. Just rope it up and bring it in. Carry it in with you. I'm sending you love. And I cannot wait to see your precious self again. And until I do, yeah. Welcome in, my card 3. Land, arrive. Thank you for being here. And if you love content like this, please subscribe if you haven't already. We love to have you here in this community, and also it lets us know to do more content just like this. So let's get started. How they currently feel about you. This is a deep dive. So we're going to get all of the information. All right, so we're starting off with our gold deck, and our gold deck is really to pull in their energy. We're also going to pull some from our pink deck for your energy. We've got a lot of different things coming in here, and we have something popping out right away, which is the Knight of Wands. I'm going to leave this out. It just popped out, so we're going to let it be out, and we're going to see where that fits in, how they currently feel about you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll ask question. Oh my goodness, and we have the Knight of Swords. Well, this is very interesting, isn't it? So our Knight of Wands popped out, our Knight of Swords to follow it up. There is some real masculine energy going on here. Now we're asking how they currently feel about you, and this tells me that they feel on fire and they feel a forward moving force. Now, our wands get into that fire energy. There's also some growth energy, but both of these knights are very fast moving knights. Our other two knights are Knight of Cups and our Knight of Pentacles. They are, when we look at those cards, they're softer cards. They're, more stable and steady. They're, not running forward. Both of these cards are running forward. And our swords get into that thought space, clarity, truth. There is some forward moving energy here. So there's some part of them that wants to just sort of race into this. Now, this may not be the steadiest energy, but maybe it is. We'll find out more details as we go, but there is some real velocity following this person when they think about you and how they feel about you. There's something very driven. Also, like very fiery and passionate and, yum. That will get us started, won't it? All right, we're going to flip that around. We're going to keep that Knight of Wands at the forefront, since that was our first one that popped out at us. We are also pulling here the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace is bringing in new opportunities. The Pentacles getting into those things of the world, which can really, really run the gamut, from money to items, but also to the physical body, the physical presence. So they're feeling this wave of newness with you. When they think of you, how they feel about you, it feels like things are on offer, that they want to be around you. They physically want to be around you. They want to be in your presence. There is a palpable sense of opportunity when you're around, that things start to open up, their hands open up, their energy opens up, and it feels like new things are coming in and new gifts are coming in. And there's something about your being in the same physical space as this person. It does not matter where you are in relation to this person. If you have never talked or barely talked, or you are in a relationship, wherever you are in that process, there is something really going on in the energetic field here. So let's go ahead and find out some more deets. Okay, I'll pull this deck over here so we can keep it in camera frame as we go. And pulling both of these cards. Oh, whoa, we got 3 cards. Hello. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Lovers reversed. And we have the 7 of Cups. So I am finding this very interesting. I'd say off the bat, while I'm pulling the Lovers reversed, what immediately sort of comes to me is that this might not be the steadiest energy. This may not be the energy of soulmateship. This may not be the energy of I'm going to be here and I'm going to be consistent and I'm going to show up and I'm going to offer you my feelings. This might be the energy of passionate fling. I am so physically attracted to you. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not getting a read that they're emotionally unavailable. But we are going to find out more about that. There's definitely like this kind of, masculine, testosterone-driven like energy behind all of this. And I want you to use your intuition always as well. And obviously, this can all change as the energy changes too. But my immediate feeling coming up here is that there might be some hesitation to them feeling any sort of way about, like soulmateship or permanence, or the real honest connections of the vulnerability, seeing each other in your nakedness, seeing each other just as you are, completely exposed. This energy might be sort of even sort of away from that. That might just be part of how they're operating in the world right now. But that is my initial feeling that's coming up here. Now, we also have the Page of Wands, and the pages are our youthful messenger cards. And this is a feeling of, that they might be reaching out to you. They might be reaching out to you a lot. They might be, they might not be, but they're definitely thinking about it. And this is the kind of, like thinking about really like, texting a lot and doing a lot of the whatever it is, however you're communicating, just really having a lot of thoughts and wanting to reach out and having a lot of impulses in that direction. This is that very youthful energy. All of this, it feels like that sort of youthful, masculine, driven, whoosh, energy. but I do want something for you that's going to land, but that's okay. I mean, there are times and places for all sorts of different connections. So we're going to read this one and see where it is to see if that's the road you want to walk down. And always, you're listening to your intuition as well. Now, the Seven of Cups is popping up here. And this is telling me that perhaps this person is doing a lot of, I almost even want to say in some ways like fantasizing about you, but also the good and the bad things, just sort of living in this sort of not real headspace. They might even be like putting you on a pedestal in certain ways, making you into a person who's beyond a human being, you know, someone you could never possibly live up to, just sort of getting into this headspace that feelings are sort of attached to these imaginings. You know, we can see these clouds and there are good things and there are bad things in these cups. The cups do get into the feelings and the heart space, but this is kind of detached. It's not, again, concrete. It's not real. It's not in the fully present, I'm seeing you for who you are reality of that kind of love or soulmateship, or and that doesn't mean it can't get there, but this is sort of the present place where things are living. At least that's the energy that's pulling up. You know, it's so funny, you know, when we pull cards and sometimes there can be some uncomfortable truths that come up or some uncomfortable things. I'm just going to deliver the message and I want you to use your intuition to feel if it feels right. If it feels like it's, oh yeah, that feels like it's tuning in. And I want you to, you know, read the pathways. We're also going to see where this could go. Okay, so I'm going to pull one more card just in that same vein of how they're feeling about you, how they're currently feeling about you. Now, this is interesting. The Page of Cups pops up, and this does get into feelings and heart space. This does get into emotions. Again, we're in that youthful messenger space, and I am feeling that youthful energy here, which is not as grounded as it could be, and is in that high velocity, perhaps just in like imagining things kind of way. And I feel like in part, a lot of the way that their attachments are like playing out of their feelings might be in a kind of funny, quirky way that they, you know, want to laugh. They want to keep it fun. This person might use the word fun a lot, like you are fun. This is fun. I'm having fun, which is great. Fun is wonderful. But it could be dismissing the depth that perhaps you really want if you want that deep soulmate connection. You know, so far, this person doesn't look like they're in that space. But there is feeling and emotion attached to that. So let's find out a little bit more. I would like to know a little bit more about where this could go. Could this turn into something deeper? Could this turn into something bigger? Even if they're not there yet, even if their headspace is not in that space. Let's find out. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune brings good things. It brings really happy, fortunate circumstances. And my immediate feeling to that is that, yes, this could transcend. This could turn into something. This could, you know, morph and mold because, you know, it's like, oh, all of these lucky, happy coincidences that we were in this place and we have had all this passion and that it could unfold into everything is coming together. Everything is landing in my path. But we're going to keep with that question. Now, it's keeping on with this question comes the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is a beautiful card. This is kind of like wishes fulfilled card. Look at all of those cups getting into the feelings and the emotions, and it is everything being available. Everything is available. It's you know, that might not be where it is yet. It might not be in that landed, grounded, grown-up kind of space, but that's okay. And it does feel like there is potential for that grown-up, landed, full kind of space to show up, to have a place to show up. I'm going to stay in that question because I'm not ready to move off that question. It's too important. We want to really dig in and get some answers here. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. This makes me smile. Now, remember what I said when we pulled our Knight of Wands and our Knight of Swords. It's not the Knight of Pentacles. It's not the Knight of Cups. Now we're asking specifically, could this turn into something more grown up, more landed, more, and yes, this has the potential to move to a place that is more consistent, more landed, more grown up, more, I'm going to be here. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to be in this routine. I'm going to be a consistent person for you. I'm going to, not disappear tomorrow. What I'm bringing to the table and offering up isn't going to disappear. So I feel like that's I think we're getting some really good, clear answers there on this has room to grow. This has room to really potentially morph into something that could be really good. Now, that said, let's look for any blocks here for that to happen. Are there blocks within this person's energy that we need to know about for this to happen? All right, now the first thing we're pulling up here is the Tower. So a huge change. This could be something that they've just gone through. This could be something that they're going through right now. They could be on the precipice of going through. My energy feels like this is something they've just gone through, that they're in this kind of intense velocity in this sort of youthful place where they're not completely in that like grounded, landed energy because of a huge change that's just taken place. You may or may not know about it, but really could feel very destructive to this person, that there was something that was destroyed, which of course, whenever something new is coming in, something old has to be let go of and has to be destroyed. So it can be a wonderful, beautiful, good thing, but it can feel very uncomfortable and it can be very unsettling, and it can be acting as a block for this moving forward into a more committed, grown-up, landed, I don't know why I keep saying grown up, but I feel like this is, that like the youthful, like here butterfly, here for a moment. And that grown up energy is a more committed, I'm here for the rest of your life, so that's why I'm using those two different terms. Not grown up's not boring. Just so you know, just in case we were confusing those. And we're still asking about blocks. I'm not ready to move away from that question. These are really blocks for that person. Oh, that's interesting. So the King of Wands pops up. So the first card popping out of the deck at us was our Knight of Wands, which, a knight versus the king. And the King of Wands energy is popping up as a block that perhaps they can't land into their full power. There is something that's keeping them back from fully landing, from being their fullest self, their most capable self, that they are blocked from finding this space and they need to be in their seat of power. The King of Wands is a wonderful king. This is so driven, motivated, moving forward, fire, energy, passion, purpose, goodness. No obstacles in the way. Nothing can be stopped here. This is a very powerful position, but they're not able to find this seat. They're not able to sit in this seat, and them finding their way here is acting as a block because they're not getting here. Landing here and finding their way here is part of the process that would land them in a space that would make them a truly good partner, somebody that you would want to really, truly be with. I'm keeping that block question open because I'm not ready to move off quite yet, but here we go. Now we have the Seven of Pentacles, and my immediate feeling is that there is some part of them that also might be very impatient. This is, planting the seeds, watching the harvest grow, and, maybe being dissatisfied, maybe not, but having that patience. And there is something about this person's energy, certainly right now, that's so fast moving and kinetic and in that youthfulness that they might not have the patience to get to where they need to be, to get through the change, to get through that energy, to get through the blocks, to land in this really good space that is available in the energy, that is available as a pathway that could open up, but they might not be able to get there. This is really up to them and their ability to have that fortitude and to be patient and to sit into their grown-up energy. And remember, grown-up energy is not boring. That is not what I mean by grown-up energy, but to be consistent, to be the person who shows up every day and is happy to do it and is grateful for the chance to do it. So now I want to ask, and this is still in our gold cards, but so I'm still asking from their energetic viewpoint of, is there anything you can do, any action you can take to help get their energy through these blocks and to move this to a place where it could be something bigger, deeper? Let's see. We have the Six of Wands. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Lots of Wands energy. Getting back into that fire energy, the Wands, the Six of Wands, this is a winning card. This is, things have come to completion. It has been won. Happy, happy, trophy. This is a great card. So we're asking for actions that you could take in order to move this to the next level, to help move them through their blocks. And I am feeling, honestly, I'm feeling this, and this is my main way that I'm feeling this, that you can help them see the places they're winning. You can help them feel this way already, that they're in this spot, that they've taken these actions and those actions are attractive to you, and that they've done these things and those things are attractive to you. The things that land them in, again, we'll notice this horse is not in a gallop forward. This is a more landed position in which they have won. This is like that feeling of you have accomplished these things. Look at what you've accomplished. To feel like they're in a more landed position. Let's see what else we have. I want to stay in that line of questioning and maybe we can get some more clarity too. Oh, hi, King of Cups. Oh, boy, this is so interesting. We're really being offered up some good answers. So the King of Cups comes in, and the King of Cups is a wonderful king. And this is a lot that this person is not representing right now. They're not inhabiting these qualities. And this is, our divine masculine energy that is also a little bit softer, is able to feel things, has deep emotions, also has a good intuition, is able to read the emotions, read the room, read you, talk to, observe you, talk to you, look at your soul. This is getting beneath the surface and getting really deep with something. And I think that this person has great potential. And you're seeing their potential and the places where they have landed and arrived and just living in that energy. I don't even know that you need to point it out. As I was, saying for the Six of Wands, I don't know that you need to point this out. I think that you're just sort of living in this space where you feel the depth of this person. You feel the depth of what they have underneath. And you sort of let yourself live in it a little bit. Now, I say this, but this also, I want you to really use your intuition here, because that does feel a little bit, it does feel like you start to put yourself out there when you do that. You start to let yourself get very vulnerable and in a very vulnerable space for feeling emotions and feeling depth. And if this person's energy does not open up, and I know this is, you can manifest at will. This person does not open up then and follow their path, then it will be deeper for you. It will be a bigger expense for you of what you've put in versus what you would end up be taking out. But is it worth it to you? Perhaps it is. Let's find out more to see what the cards have to say. So first of all, I want to ask about this big change. So I want to ask about this big change that this person has gone through or is going through, and what that is. If there's any kind of secret here that we need to know, if there's something that's really important for you to know. Okay. The Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is kind of a battling card. Again, we have a lot of wands with this person, associated with this person. This is some sort of fight, some sort of struggle, some sort of competition. Something that potentially didn't go well, was just combustive and burned everything to the ground. That could be a lover fight, that could be a work fight, that could be really getting into anything. So let's find out more about that. Let's get a little bit more detail on what that is. Yes, okay. Actually, I'm feeling these two cards. Okay, here we go. Okay, the Knight of Cups and the Sun. Yeah, so this is something very heartfelt, something where they were bringing this energy in, and that's what is repelling them now from sitting into this energy again, because they've sat in this energy before, this Knight of Cups energy. And as I was saying, before, the Knight of Cups energy is very different than this other energy. This energy can be great as well, and it can be steadfast, but also it's a different movement. And this is, soft and offering and feelings and emotions. And the Sun is, this positivity. I really feel like the Sun might represent a person. It might represent someone that is, sort of bright and sunshiny, that perhaps they fell in love with, that they were offering themselves up to and offering their heart to, that ended up turning into a big fight, contentious sort of battle that burned everything to the ground. So it feels like there is some heartbreak here that's, can often act as a block. Those hurts can run really deep, and they can be very difficult. They can be very difficult to overcome, and to get back into a space that they've once been in that hurt them so badly can be very difficult for them. I would like to just ask the cards if there's any little message that we need to know is still in this person's energy for you, about how much you want to invest in this, how much you want to put forward, about their ability to for their ability to move forward, to want to be in a grounded space. We have the King of Swords reversed. So that feels rather, like we have the Knight of Swords full upright, and we have the King of Swords reversed, which feels very much like a message coming in that they're not going to have the clarity they need. They may not find the clarity they need. Obviously, the potential is there, but it will be a struggle to find the clarity, the truth, the knowledge, the mental space to be in a full focused seat of understanding and knowing that feels like it is a hard move. It is a hard move. It's a lot to overcome. So now is a good time to ask yourself what you want. Now, I would like to go ahead and pull one more card with that same question, just anything offering up that we need to know. Okay. And the moon coming in, the moon brings secrets. The moon brings hidden truths, things that are not in the light, that are not exposed. I would say these two messages coming in are that it's going to be very difficult. If what you want to invest in is the future potential outcome, this is a tricky investment. But the fun and the passion, this person feels like they're going to really be pursuing you, and it will be very fiery, but it does not feel with that kind of groundedness. It might end up leaving you feeling, a little bit, let's find out. Let's pull some cards for you. I want to see what's going on with you. What is it that's good for you? Now, always listen to your intuition, of course, about this. And you know what you're going to do. You know what you want. But let's see what the cards have to say about what's good for you. Now, first of all, I just want to pull some cards to see where you are. So let's pull two cards just to see where you are and what we need to know about where you are. All right, my pink deck is a very slippery deck. I love this deck, but sometimes my cards just sort of splat. So just in case that happens. Oh, hi. Okay. Wow. So two very different things are going on with you. I mean, the Two of Cups is almost like the Lovers in the Minor Arcana. The Six of Swords is a moving away card. So pulling these two cards, asking where you are right now, it honestly, my immediate reaction is that you are in a space where you want commitment. This is the space where you need something grounded, where you're good at communicating between you. You're on equal footing. It is, soulmate territory. It is the good stuff. And pulling the Six of Swords right after that feels like you're moving on from something, and that's good. What you've been doing is good. You've been moving away from something, a memory of something. There's something in there that you're making progress away from. And that journey is a journey. It's going to take some time. It's going to be a process. Now, if we wanted to read these cards together, then we could read them as something that you perhaps need to move away from, something that's an interaction and a connection that's going on. But I feel this very much as two separate things. I don't feel this as that they're jointly connected. I feel like you are in a space that needs and wants and desires that good, fully seen, honest, real, true relationship yumminess, and that you're moving away from something. All right, let's continue. Okay, I'm pulling cards for you now, and I am pulling, I want to see what your cards have to say about this person, this connection, and what is the reaction here? What do we need to know about this? So first of all, the Wheel of Fortune pops up. As I think I mentioned before, I'm doing a separate deck. So we have the potential to pull duplicate cards, and we've pulled a duplicate card. So the Wheel of Fortune popped up here as like a future potential with this person. I am asking about this person. Again, there is future potential for things to feel like they're coming together, for things to feel like the good things are coming. What else do we need to know about this person, you and this person? And my immediate feeling here, which doesn't have to be read this way at all, can be, sort of observing old accomplishments or things, but I'm feeling this as a kind of distance, that there is a kind of unattachment here, and whether it's from you or for them or for both of you, that you're both kind of looking at this almost as if you're in an outsider's perspective, like you're not fully engaged with your heart. You're taking a step back and you're kind of looking at it, and maybe looking at it playfully and fun with a fun eye, but not fully stepped in. You're not in the water. You're kind of observing from a distance. Continuing on, I want to know more about you and this person and what we need to know. Okay, and we have the Three of Swords. So my immediate thought is that this person might very well lead to heartbreak, and that's an important thing for you to know at this moment. It is important for you to know the real risks involved. However, I also do feel like heartbreak is involved in both of your lives. That part of, whether this works out or not, that part of what you're both bringing to the table, there is some pain here. There is some heartbreak here coming from both of you. And if it doesn't work out, I think that's why, for those blocks. But I also think that it's important to recognize that, the risks, what can happen, what can be fun and wonderful, and what can be also very painful. Still pulling for you and this person. And we have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is this person's been hurt. And they're trying to get back up and get in the game, but they're not their full capacity. And this person is still in a kind of defensive space. If you get too close, if you get too... you might start to see some of that sharpness come out, or you might just start to see some of that, like, I have to save this, I have to protect this, that kind of not openness. And this character doesn't look super open. And sometimes that can be a really good thing. They're willing to get back up. They're willing to try to be a warrior again. But I'm feeling here that there could be some prickly parts of this person that could pop up as soon as you start to really try to push the wall forward, that you're trying to make actual, real progress in a more solid way. And then all of a sudden those defenses sort of come out. Let's pull one more card for this person, and then we'll ask some more specific questions. So we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. And the Two of Pentacles is this kind of juggling card, and, you know, things are going back and forth. When we get back into the Pentacles, we're getting into those worldly goods, those things of the earth. And what immediately I think of when I pull this over is I think of like a physical relationship that, you know, the fun of physically being around a person and intimacy and passion and fire and I feel like there is a possibility that that it won't feel like it's weighing the options kind of thing. It's not like, oh, is this going to go one way or is this going to go the other way? I have to make a decision. It's kind of like the decision's already been made. There is no juggling here. It's really just the one path. You might feel like it's got some diversions and that it could go one way or the other, but really maybe the juggle is kind of over, and it's more of a set place of, you know, this, I want this physical thing. I want to be in the presence of this person, which is okay as well. I'm just sort of knowing what could step in there. I want to know about your blocks. Now, I want to know about your blocks, not with this person and perhaps with this person, but I just want to know about your blocks for love, period. I want to know if there's anything that's keeping you from the love that you truly desire, the deep soulmate, juicy, yummy, wonderful soulmate love. Let's see what we've got coming up here. So first of all, we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card. This is someone who's, you know, really come into something. This is, you know, getting things you want and desire, and this beauty and this luxury, the luxury of the earth and the worldly things. I would be curious if, to me, this feels like perhaps there is a part of you, as we get into worldly goods, we also get into the physical body and our presence and how beautiful and luxurious this card is. If there is a part of you that has a block towards feeling beautiful, feeling the beauty of who you are, and you are beautiful. This card claims it. You are. Not claiming it yourself and feeling it yourself is the block. That you aren't seeing your beauty, that you are not feeling your most confident, that you are not feeling how luxurious and precious and golden and worthy and how much worth you truly have. This card says it is overflowing in abundance. You are overflowing in abundance, but I don't think you can see it. And perhaps that is popping up as a block for you. And there's so much growth and vitality, that feeling of that good energy and that lust for life and feeling alive. So we're going to stay in your blocks for love because this is a very important question. I want to pull at least 2 more cards for this. We'll ask questions as needed. So the Fool pops up as a block, and perhaps the Fool is the card that starts the entire journey. This is the Fool's journey. This is openness. This can be naivete. This can be vulnerability, but it's a willingness to adventure into it, to be alive, to open your arms to the dangers and the good stuff, and to just let yourself go out and adventure, journey forward. And there might be a real hesitation for you to move forward. Now, I know you're moving away from something, possibly, moving away from something. And that can leave a very closed off energy. It can be very hard to open yourself up to go adventuring out into the world. But there is a big wide world for you to adventure into. There is life to be lived for you. There are wonderful things to be had for you. And it will take risk. It will take a risk of being made a fool and being made to feel silly or stupid or crazy for adventuring out with open arms into the unknown. Breathe with me for a second. I feel, okay. All right, I'm pulling both of these for blocks now, and then we can ask some additional questions. All right, now we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles are really popping up for you. So I would really consider, these are both popping up as blocks. These are two very different cards. So our Queen of Pentacles is this glorious feminine energy that is consistent, shows up, is reliable, makes the business plan, takes care of other people, takes care of herself. She has an incredible fertility energy. She grows things around her. She grows the people around her. And there's also this hoarding energy right next to it of like, I'm not letting go of this. I don't have enough of this. I don't have enough going on here. I can't give away anything. And these two together are very interesting to me, and I do feel like they're connected. And I do feel like this popping up as a block feels like you might be slingshotting between these energies where you feel confident and capable and you've got this and you're showing up and you are in the world and people know it. And also you're doing it well and you're being consistent and you're on your routine and you've got your stuff. But also sometimes you're just closing it all down. You don't want to give anything away. You don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to give anything up. It's scary. It doesn't feel like it's ever going to come back to you. You want to hold on to it with like crazy white knuckle grip, and then you're not open for anything new to come in. And perhaps even holding on to the past. Perhaps even holding on to something you used to have that is no longer with you. And if you're being pulled in this tug of war between these two things, that energy is just going to keep bringing more of that crazy energy back and forth, the up and down. And I want you to land into your fullest self, and I want you to be able to stay there in the most open way. And perhaps that could be a meditation you do this week, of just landing in this Queen of Pentacles energy. Let it overflow. You have abundance. You have open arms to the abundance. You can give away, you can receive. And it's not just money I'm talking about, or physical beauty, or any of those things, but anything that is of worth to you. Anything that feels valuable to you. And that can be heart space, you know? Okay, I want to pull one more card for you. So we do have an oracle card to pull over here as well. I just want to know if there's any little messages coming in from your guides, from angels, from source that you need to know right now. Is there anything that's really important for you to know right now? We have the Magician. And this little guy is popping up for me too. And we have the Hermit. We have the Magician and we have the Hermit. So first of all, I just want to say the Magician's a master manifester. The message that comes through for me here is you have the power. You already have the power. You never needed anything else. You don't have to study more. You don't have to make another list. You don't have to discover how to have what you want. You already have it. You have the power within you already. You have every tool at your disposal. There are action steps you are not taking or may not be taking. And that's an important part of the manifestation process. That you need to use those tools that you have. You have them, but now you have to use them, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's scary, even if there's a block around it. The other message coming through is that it is also okay for you to pull away from society, from social media, from friends that you need to pull away from. It doesn't matter what it is. You're allowed to create a little cave or cocoon for yourself, for self-enlightenment, for working and hammering on the things that you need to do for yourself, to feel like you are moving on your path. Shine your light and focus within your shine. Focus within your lantern path. All you need to do is see the step ahead of you. You don't have to see the big picture. You don't have to see how it all connects. All you have to do is shine your light, see the path of where the light falls, follow that and follow that. And you're allowed to be in a contained space to do that. You don't have to be everywhere all at once. If there are especially any beliefs around some idea that you have to be other than you are, or you have to be different, or you have to be a more outgoing person, or you have to, X, Y, Z. Now, let's see what our lovely Oracle card has to say. So this is just some guidance for what you need to hear right now. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. You are safe. You are taken care of. You are full and you are complete. Yes. Okay, I would love for us to drop an emoji of either a candle or a lantern, whatever exists in that world below, about shining your light and following your path. You have all the power within you already. I know this was a very long reading and I really appreciate you being here with me. I want to hear some comments. I want to hear about this. I want to know your journey. Anything that you feel comfortable sharing, I want to read. I don't always comment on all the comments, but I read them all. And I hold you precious and your energy is precious. Until I see your very precious self again. Mwah. Yeah. Welcome in my card for land and arrive. Be here now. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, let's get started. How they currently feel about you. Now, if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe. We love it. It would mean so much to me, so much to our whole community, and it will also let you know when we do more content just like this. Okay, let's get started. We're starting a real deep dive here. So, saddle up. Put your seatbelt on. Here we go. So we're getting started with the gold deck. We're going to get started in their energy, and we're just leaving that question on the table. So how they're currently feeling about you. We're going to see what the cards bring up for us. We'll ask more questions as we go. So there's a part of them that's sort of like a wait and see kind of thing. They're kind of just hanging out, hanging out, kind of just seeing what's going on, trying to take a more intuitive look, trying to see, from an outside perspective without maybe making too many moves. It wouldn't surprise me if this person is kind of not pushing things forward, but kind of just, hanging back a little bit as they're seeing how things unfold. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Aces bring in new opportunities. The Pentacles bring in a lot of worldly goods, things of this earth, time, spending time, physical presence with you. I feel like they're really feeling this sort of need to be around you more. I'm guessing they're still figuring out how to do that. And this could be, in any capacity. This could be somebody that you've barely talked to someone that you're in a relationship with. And everything I'm saying is going to kind of just be like an up level from where you currently are. So that feeling of just sort of wanting to have more time in your presence, more physical time, more space around you and your physical being. The world. Hi. So this figure in the center is sometimes called the dancer. And, I've censored this for YouTube, but she is nude. She is free. She is vulnerable. She is exposed. She is dancing through it all. The world also tells us about a cycle that's ending and a cycle that's beginning. So perhaps this person is getting to a place where they've just ended a cycle and they see you as the beginning of a new cycle, as something that has potential for opening up into something more than what it currently is, moving things forward. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what else we have. So we have the Eight of Cups. So I am feeling like there's a possibility that there's something maybe you don't know about, and maybe you do. Maybe it's very obvious that this person is getting out of something, perhaps a relationship. The cups usually have to do with feelings and emotions. So something that had a lot of heart space and feeling space. This could also be, leaving behind something they didn't want to leave behind that held a lot of feelings and emotions, perhaps expectations for the future. So there is a little walk that they're doing that is a little quiet, and that is a little hard, and that is a little bit sad. And that is going on through their energy right now. Now, I'm still leaving that same question on the table. And the King of Wands pops up. And this is a great card to pull here. I feel like this is telling us that this person feels extremely capable, competent, confident, ready to move things forward when they're in your presence, that you make them feel like the best version of themselves. They feel lit on fire, very passionate about the things they're passionate about in their life. They feel even more so because they're seeing it through your eyes. They're seeing it through an outside perspective, and they're feeling really good about themselves and where they are. And they're feeling very strong and capable in this very divine masculine energy. The wands also are that fire energy. That is that passion. So it's also probably a lot of physical, pop, pop, pop. There's a lot of, they're very attracted to you. I always say outside sounds amplify the message, and I'm just hearing a little roar go by, a little roaring engine go by. So now I do want to sort of change our questioning, and I want to ask some more specific things. So I want to know about the next steps of this. So as they are here in this Hanged Man's position, what does that unfold like? Is there a movement that's going to happen? Do they need more time here with the thing they're walking away from? What does the immediate future look like with this person? So I'm going to say, let's really take a look. I want the energy around this next month. So we're getting specific here. Ooh, hi. The Ace of Swords popping in, our second ace of the day already. And we have the Swords, which comes in with clarity, truth, understanding, really cutting through some things to get to the truth of what is. Intelligence space, head space, thought space. This gets into the air space. This crown on top, very royal. We have some garlands on that crown as well, which gets into the growth space too. This is good. There is going to be a moment of clarity for this person in the coming month, and they're going to have some real insight into themselves and what they want. So I don't think that you have to push things any which way. I don't think that you're going to have to do very much other than show up and be yourself and continue doing what you're doing, because they're going to have this enlightenment all on their own that's going to really be handed off to them, and that could lead them into some space. But let's pull the cards and ask, is this going to lead to action? Is this going to lead to, where does this take us? Okay. And we have the Page of Cups, which is the pages bring in those messenger cards. These are youthful messenger cards. The cups bringing in those feelings and emotions. And this is kind of like baby feelings and baby emotions a little bit, that are a little bit fun and funny. And, there's a fish in the cup, and it's, this isn't like the grounded, deep, like I've seen the truth and here's soulmateship. This is kind of like, I really like spending time with this person. I want to ask for more. I want to deliver some sort of message. I want to tell them that I want more, that this is fun, this is playful. I want to send these messages that this is good, and this is giving me heart space. This is giving me feelings. Those feelings aren't ultra deep, but they are there, and that is something to work with, and that can cultivate and change into something bigger. But let's ask the cards, will that turn into something bigger? What does that trajectory look like? So we have the Five of Pentacles, which pops up next. And I'm feeling like this is kind of there's going to be a winter before there's a thaw, if there is a thaw. And we're going to pull some more cards about that. But I do feel like maybe right after they start to really warm up, they have this epiphany, they start to have more feelings, it's feeling good and playful and fun. There might be a real ice age coming right after that, where things feel hungry and desperate and a little bit, a little needy, and they're still doing some healing work from whatever it is they've been walking away away from. And they're not there yet. That journey is still continuing. And so some old baggage is sort of coming up to pop up and, sprinkle down some snow on the situation. Let's see what else we have in that vein. What else do we have to look at there? Is there a thaw after this? Is that just a blip? Is that something that they're gonna just completely pull away from you on? The Three of Cups. So again, we're not going too deep. Right after we get to this like cold ice age, we have something that's fun and light and again brings a lot of emotions and feelings. We're still in those cups. This isn't, again, this isn't a King of Cups I'm pulling. This isn't the Lovers that I'm pulling or the Two of Cups. This is playful and this is fun and this is, having like a lovely laughter-filled dinner where you are sharing stories and talking and talking and talking and things just feel good and light and easy. So let's take a look after that. I do really want to know sort of long-term what the potential is here. What is the potential? Is there some sticky energy? So then we have the Five of Wands. So the Wands bringing back that fire energy again. And, we have this King of Wands. And some of that gets into that, fighting, having some combative moments, having some issues, having some things that like maybe start to bother you about each other or that sort of come up and spark something. Also, this can be, still getting into very heated physicality, that things are really steamy between you, passionate and in a physical way, that you're both very attracted to each other and it causes a lot of sparks. And possibly a little competition as well. There can be competition in there too. And there's growth on all of our wands. So there's, all those little buds coming off those wands really encourages growth that we're seeing there as well. All right. So I'm going to keep with this question. I want to ask about sort of the long-term energy that's showing up right now. Now, remember, the energy can always shift and change. As we make decisions, as blocks are removed, things can change. And it's really important for you to get in touch with your intuition and your deep inner knowing so that you can feel that and read that and move with that. We're going to continue on here. Okay, so now we have the Wheel of Fortune. So things get really rosy again. I see a cycle. But this is a normal, natural cycle. You're getting to know each other. There's an ebb and flow to it. Some old baggage comes out. Things get a little tricky and dangerous. And then you come back together. And this is a lovely up level, though. This feels like a nice, things are getting really good here. So things feel like they're falling into place. It feels like everything you want is coming to you. Everything they want is coming to them. Things feel like they're working out in every aspect of your lives, that just desires are pouring in. It's that manifestation energy, good fortune. Wow, how am I so lucky? Wow, how am I so fortunate? Oh my goodness, I have good luck everywhere I go. These good things are just landing in my path and they're landing on my lap. And this is a good space and it just feels like it's coming. What you want from each other is coming. What you want from additional things is coming, from work-related things to other things. Just sort of everything feels like it's falling in place in both of your energy fields and in this person's energy field. So I'm staying in that question for one more card, and we can always change the question and sort of keep it going. Oh, hi, Queen of Pentacles. I love this coming in, especially as we had our second card coming in as the Ace of Pentacles. And that some of the problem issues came up as the Five of Pentacles. Now you have an extraordinary presence. Now this person sees you here, and we're sort of asking down the road as you've gone through all of this, if you've walked down this path, if you've overcome blocks, and you've come to this place, that, you're both feeling like everything's coming to you, that this person now is seeing you in all of your divine feminine glory. You take care of those you love. You take care of yourself. You're autonomous. You're a nurturer. You make things grow around you. The Pentacles are very growth related. Look at all of this abundance all around her. She is kind. She is giving. She is caring. She shows up. She shows up every day. She's extremely consistent. She has the goal, makes the plan, follows the plan. She makes things happen. She's a boss too. She knows her business sense. She makes it happen. And there's just something extraordinarily capable, competent about you that you just do. You figure it out. You get it done. And they find this as such a high regard. This is also a mothering energy, a fertility energy as well. And so I'm really liking all of this. Okay, now I do want to ask about what they're leaving behind. So what are they leaving behind? Is that going to impede anything from happening with the two of you? Is there a block there? Is there something we need to know about that? What's going on? What is the T? Temperance. Interesting. Immediately, I think this could get into some form of addiction or a bad habit or something that was having a hard space and time in their life that they could be moving away from, which can hold lots of feelings and emotions as we get into those cups. Now, also, this does make me think this could have been a previous relationship, getting back into that heart space where things were just really imbalanced. And that could be two ways that are coming to me immediately. That one person felt much more for the other person, and the other person felt much less. Just incredible imbalance in the feelings of the relationship. Or this also could be that both people were just really, there was no balance going in, and they both just dove off a cliff into something, and it turned out to not be what they wanted or expected, or they had sort of imagined or dreamed and had these expectations of what it would be. And just sort of that, that all in immediately with no balance kind of feeling. So if that is so, really both of those things would inform a lot about proceeding with this person. That some of that baggage could pop up, or Five of Pentacles could really pop up if it feels like they're about to make the same leap and it's going to be the same thing all over again. And it's scary. That could get scary if it feels like, oh no, either, if the feelings are imbalanced, like maybe they have a lot more feelings about you than they think you have about them. They can't tell. Or that they feel like you're both moving too fast, or that it's all just maybe too much for a moment, and then things can sort of, old baggage comes up and snap at the heels. Okay, I want to ask some more questions. So I want to know, well, you know what? Let's stay with this question because there is a little more to know, I think. So I want to know a little bit more about this thing that they are leaving behind, and if it could impede your progress here. Now, the Eight of Swords is popping up, and this is a feminine energy popping up on the card, and I'm gonna guess that this is from a previous relationship, that there was this feeling that they felt, they felt like they were self-limiting. This person was self-limiting themselves. They were a victim, and they were really finding themselves in a place where they could not release themselves, to be competent and capable, which is so interesting. And it would make sense that they would, be really attracted to the qualities in you that are self-sufficient and are able and capable, that you you can thrive. And you can thrive in this world without having to feel like a damsel in distress. You don't have to be saved. And perhaps this previous person felt like they needed to be saved, and this person just couldn't save them. And there was, they were putting too much responsibility on this person to save them from something they could save themselves from, and really only they could save themselves from. And that could be a really, that could be a really emasculating thing as well, and a really difficult thing to live through and to go through as a relationship, to just make you feel like, well, if I can't take care of another person, if I couldn't, save this person, if I wasn't enough, that feeling of not being enough of a person to be able to go in and do everything and be responsible for everyone. Whew, that energy kind of, I'm feeling that, I'm going to kind of let that go. Whew, Okay, let's move on. I want to know a little bit more about any other blocks, anything else that might be blocking this from moving forward that we might need to know about. And honestly, this little guy was falling out too, so we're taking him with us. All right, so we have the Ace of Cups reversed, our third ace of the day. Started with the Ace of Pentacles, we then had the Ace of Swords, and now we have the Ace of Cups reversed, and we have the Hermit. So, we're asking about blocks, and this makes a lot of sense. Both of these cards do. Their desire to go into themselves, and this makes perfect sense for our Hanged Man, for our person who's sort of, that's their natural, MO, that they just, okay, I'm going to just draw back into myself. I'll just keep this to myself. I'll shine this light here. I'll be in my own interior world, and I won't have to share this with anyone else, and I'll figure this all out within me. And, of course, we have to be vulnerable with other people. We have to be in this world with other human beings to be connected, to feel loved, to have emotions and feelings. And that there's a lot of coldness here as well. Now, the Hermit can be a great card. This I am feeling as we're asking about blocks, especially in that coldness. Now, there is snow around the Hermit here. And you'll notice, as we were getting into that Five of Pentacles, that cold blizzard space, that was the freeze, and here we are again. It's that kind of freeze out feeling of like, woof, I'm pulling back in and maybe just freezing you out. That can be a real block where things just sort of pop up and get cold and doesn't allow for the warmth that will melt things down and make you feel connected. Now, the Ace of Cups reversed. Now, the Ace of Cups is an amazing card to pull in a love reading. It is the cups getting into those feelings and emotions. It's an overflow of feelings and emotions, new opportunities. It is fantastic. Love, joy, abundance, yum, yum, yum. Now, this is, reversed. So we are dealing with something here as a block that they might be really closing down. And that is the read that we're getting on other cards as well, that they might really be closing down that part of themselves, the feelings and the emotions. And you'll notice just even looking at this card in this way, as it is upside down, there's no way to put anything in this space. We can't put anything in this cup because it would fall out. We can't put anything in this hand because it would fall. There is no openness here. This is like a downward trajectory. This is a closed space. This would have to open up. The hand would have to open up. The cup would have to open up. Everything would have to open up. And that is difficult because that's not something you could do for somebody else. It's something they would have to be able to do for themselves. Now, if you really wanted to with this person, is there something that you could do to help them to open it up? Is there something you could do, action you could take to help overcome any blocks from moving this forward? Let's ask that and find that out. Okay, so I know this is out of camera frame, but I'm just gonna pop that up. Okay. Okay, the Nine of Cups. Wow, really falling right into our question. Now, the Nine of Cups is kind of like a genie card. It is like a wish fulfillment card. It is like everything is here. Everything has come to me. Everything is abundant. I mean, this is abundance. This is, here it all is. Yum, yum, yum. I've got all this goodness. How wonderful. So living in your own abundance of feeling and emotion, just being you really, but living in that abundance, that there is no lack of feeling or emotion. There's no limit. There is no, here's where it ends and here's where it begins. It's all flowing and it's all beginning. It's all going. And there is no ending. It's just circular, it's just abundance, abundance, abundance in that feeling and emotion space. Living in your abundance of all that you possess within you. And you have a great deal of that. So just really staying in that frame of mind and in that frame of presence and staying in those feelings as well. Now we're staying with that question. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. Now we also have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, that's lovely to pull. The Queen of Cups, we're asking about action you can take to help them overcome any blocks. And the Queen of Cups is saying, you've got this. You are an intuitive being. You have the answers already. And not only do you have the answers, but the answers you think you have are, here. The answers you really have go so deep, all the way to the ocean floor. You have an overflow of knowledge coming at you, and intuition coming at you, and feelings coming at you. And you have a seat of power and a seat of intuition, and it's very deep and it's very good. So keep utilizing that. Let yourself feel the feelings you feel. Let yourself be in that space, in this incredibly divine feminine space. And you have these, this lovely divine feminine energy here. And this is very divine feminine energy that is very intuitive. And, sit with that. So this is kind of the kind of answer that says mostly really sit into who you are and harness the knowledge you already have. Read this person beyond what they're saying and doing. Read everything that you feel coming in intuitively, and the answers are going to be here. The answers are already there for you. They already exist. So trust yourself, trust your intuition. Okay, and I want to ask one more question here. So the last question that I want to ask in this person's energy on this deck, before we switch to the pink deck to pull some things about your energy, is just if there are any messages that we need to know about you and this person. Is there anything we need to know that we don't know to ask, or that hasn't popped up for us yet that you need to know? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's it for just a second. I've just been talking about your deep intuition and your deep inner knowing. What does your intuition say here when this pops up? It feels like a sign that there is something telling us that underneath all the blocks and anything that's going on here lies the potential for something truly extraordinary. Being completely known, completely seen, fated, understood, totally honest, totally with someone, balanced, honored, together. I'm just going to leave that right there next to our Queen of Cups. Sit into your deep inner knowing. Okay, so now we move over to our pink deck, and our pink deck is really just asking questions about you. You and this person, you and your energy. So first of all, I just want to pull a few cards for you. What do we need to know about you? What's going on in your world? What's going on in your energy field? This doesn't have to be anything about this person whatsoever. I just want to know what's popping up in your energy first of all. We have the Page of Wands. The pages are messenger cards. The wands get into that passion and that fire energy, some new growth. There might be some new inspirations coming in that you should, if you feel lit up about it, there are new things coming down that you should pursue and follow. So I want to just go ahead and keep pulling cards. We have the Three of Pentacles coming in. And I also want you to take your time as new inspirations, new things that are lighting you up, pushing you forward, moving you forward, driving you forward. I want you to take time to plan as well. This is kind of an architecture card, the building, the creation. And this gets into the Pentacles. And my dear, darling Queen of Pentacles, sit into that energy. You have that extreme capability. So plan it out. Know what you want and then lay it out brick by brick. How does that building build itself? How does that all come together for you? All right, so, hey, our 10 of Swords is popping up. 10's cards of completion, Swords getting into that thought space, that mental space. I mean, this is being completely laid out. So there is something still holding and hunkering down in your energy field. This doesn't feel to me something that's saying like, hey, you just got laid out, like you're on the pit of despair, on the floor right now. But it's possible that you are. But I feel like there's something sticking around in your energy field. There's something that had caused you a great amount of grief that really put you on the floor. And it is still very much needing to be handled. It is still very much in your body, processed. It's still holding around. And if you think that like, oh, you know what, I don't have to deal with that, that's not something that's in my life anymore, I'm past that, I would say maybe not. Really evaluate that, look at that, see if that really truly feels true to you. And we have the Nine of Cups, the duplicate card, which of course we always know we can pull duplicate cards here. The Nine of Cups popping up down here. Now the Nine of Cups is popping up down here where we were asking what you could do to help that person release any blocks, and that was sitting into that abundance. This is that wish fulfillment. This is like all the good things are coming to you and you feel the abundance that is around you. Things are just yes, 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 absolutely. You can have it. You can have it. Here it is. Here it is. So if you feel like you've been getting into a place that isn't this, where you're like, gosh, I really just can't have it. Why can't I have it? I'm struggling to have it. I wish I could have it. It is already here, and it is extremely, extraordinarily available to you. So open your hands up to that and notice what might be blocking the abundance from dropping in for you. And I mean this in every aspect, from love, the abundance of joy, the abundance of, spending your life with your soulmate, the abundance of money and success and happiness and being, lit up in all different areas of your life. So really notice if there are places where you're just struggle city, because that might be something that's popping up for you only because you're not saying yes. Only because you're not opening your hands and walking down the path to yes, 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 I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that too. Because hi, that's happy, that's good. We like that energy. We want more of that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, continuing on. I'm still just reading your energy. All right, the King of Swords is coming in here. Now, the King of Swords feels like it could be this person's energy. This could be an outside energy. We know this person's going to get some of that Ace of Swords action. So they're going to get some of that real clarity, which the King of Swords certainly has. But whoever this is, there's some really yummy divine masculine energy that is knowing, that is understanding, that sees the truth, that has clarity, that is strong, that is in their seat of power, in their seat of knowing, has the answers. And this presence, this energy is close to yours. That's coming in for you. Let yourself open up to that if that's what you want to roll in, because it's hanging out in your energy field, which would make sense if it's here for them. Now, I started seeing this while I was saying something else. All right, as I said, pulling duplicate cards, boom, boom. Okay, so thank you for all of the answers that are coming in. We, say to the cards that this is just so exquisite to come in. Good things are coming for you. And the abundance, it is coming in for you. Put your hands over your heart. Feel grateful right now. Because that feeling, let that be an unplugging, an energetic unplugging to let the goodness flow in, because it's all around you. This wish fulfillment, the goodness, the things, this King of Swords energy, this Lover's energy. And we were asking about this person, so I would really keep your eye on this person, but it's coming in for you no matter what. If this person isn't the person, and you have your Queen of Cups knowing, if this person isn't your person, open yourself up, because there is a person coming in, and it is soulmate style yumminess. It's very good. It is very honest, very seen, very known, very truthful. very faded, just beautiful. Alignment, synchronicity, just every good thing. Just, Wow, I'm loving the cards we're pulling for you. We're getting some really good information. Now, I want to know some other details. I want to know about any blocks that might be holding around for you. This Ten of Swords could be a block. It's definitely in your energy, maybe not. But let's find out about any blocks that might be hanging out for you that we need to maybe handle, take care of. Now, these are blocks I'm asking about for love specifically. Now, this could be love for this person, but this is just love generally. If you, in your Queen of Cups knowing, decide this isn't the person, well, hey, there is somebody coming in. We don't want you to be blocked for that. So let's get started here. We start with the Page of Cups. And my immediate feeling, pages, youthful messenger cards. Here we have the cups, hearts, emotions, feelings. It's a little bit funny, a little jovial. Let yourself be lighthearted about this. Don't let yourself start on top of like, I have to eat this whole mountain. I have to get to a place where, who knows why it might feel like a big undertaking to, from having to let something from the past go, from whatever it may be. Start small. This is fun. It's meant to be fun. It's playful. It's flirtatious. It's good. It's not too heavy. It's not too serious. You don't have to take it too serious. Not everything is dire, and not everything is going to result in something that leaves a lasting mark. And that's okay. Be playful with it. Have fun with it. Let yourself dress it up. Remember when you were a child and you used to play. And what kind of things did you play? Did you play dress up? Did you play, whatever you played, go with that spirit. Oh, I want to try something new. I want to be adventurous here. I want to test this thing out. Oh, I want to put this thing on. Oh, you can do that with your real life. Go out and play in your real life. Dress up. Put something on you wouldn't normally put on. Do something you wouldn't normally do. Go to a place you wouldn't normally go. Talk to somebody you wouldn't normally talk to. Let yourself be adventurous and playful. Get into that spirit of things. It's going to be really important. Not doing that, going really big, going really heavy. Like, oh, this is the Olympics. If I mess up here, I'll never get this chance again. Going really heavy, that is going to act as a block for you, and it's not going to let you have that unplugging to let it flow. We're continuing on with blocks. We're not done with this question yet, because this is important, juicy information. Now, this is very interesting. Now, you will recall that we pulled this card in this other person's energy as a past person from them, that they had they had that feeling of like, oh, I need to be saved. I need to be saved. And you are so capable and so competent, and it makes sense that is part of your ability, and that would be a part of attraction for them as well. Now, I find this so interesting because you do have this incredible, capable, competent self. Now, I pulled this in their energy. Now, I also am pulling a Queen of Cups for you. So I would ask, is there still a part of you that is waiting to be saved? That you've become so capable and competent because you've been on the extreme other end of that, where you were waiting to be released, where you couldn't save yourself and you were asking somebody else to do it, and perhaps you just never got out and fully released those tethers. This card is saying you are the savior here. You can release this and let go of this at any time. It's your choice. It's loose enough. You can get free. You don't have to wait for anybody else. So if you are waiting for somebody else, or you're waiting for some other event or something else to release you from something, then you're doing that by choice. You want to be in that position. And that's okay to recognize. I mean, there are various reasons we can want to be saved. We could want help because, we want the connection of another person. But is that an old belief that that's the way it has to be? Okay, we're continuing on with blocks. I'm not done quite yet. Oh my, hi, Queen of Pentacles. Now, Queen of Pentacles popping up as a block. Now, this is very interesting. So these cards coming together like this is that other extreme end of that, the capable, the competent. You can take care of yourself financially and otherwise. You're kind, you're generous, you have a nurturing side to you. You have this incredible fertility and growth energy. And this is popping up as a block. So there might be a part of you that doesn't want to take care of, that doesn't want to be autonomous, that doesn't want to be the one who can, water her own garden and let it flourish. But I would really look at that and ask yourself why. Now, whatever you find, whatever you decide is your choice, and that is okay. And there's no, this can act as a block, but this could also, who knows? This, if you want to own that and figure that out, you have Queen of Cups knowledge in you. You can do that. But here, this popping up like this, I would ask you, if you look into it deeply and you see some truth to something in here, I would just look at the belief system around it. That perhaps at some point you decided that you weren't lovable unless you were someone who needed to be saved. That you weren't lovable unless someone else could feel good about themselves because of their rescuing you, and perhaps from a past event or something from the past. Or perhaps you in your most competent self, where you are flourishing and taking care of, and you are like watering your own garden, that felt unlovable because it threatened someone else who had a whole lot of insecurities in your past. Who knows what that could be from? But we don't really know what those limiting beliefs are until we're willing to take a look at them. And sometimes we believe them so hard, we don't even know there's a limiting belief that exists. It's just the truth to us until we evaluate it. So the cards are encouraging you to evaluate that. Sit, evaluate it. I kept wanting to say evaluate with it, but you know what I mean. Okay, now I want to ask about you and this person. Is there anything we need to know about you and this person's energy? Okay, there's going to be some back and forth. There's going to be some up and down. This is not going to all be smooth sailing. And that makes sense from what we've read so far. There's going to be a little up and down, a little back and forth. That is to be expected. And I don't think that that's a problem. I think that that's okay. You can let it be a juggling act. You can let it be a little back and forth. And that, again, doesn't mean that it's going to be the end of the world, or that it's not going to work out, or it's all or nothing there. There's some hammering going outside, and I'm hoping that you guys can't hear it. So I'm going to continue on because I love the energy that's going on here. But so forgive any sounds that are coming through, and I'm hoping that that's disappeared. I think it actually just disappeared, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so I'm staying in that line of question because I want to know anything else that we might need to know about you and them. Ooh, hi. There's a lot of pentacle action going on here. Now, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which we pulled the Ten of Swords, another card of completion. This is a card of completion as well, and this is a very happy card. This is, generational wealth, abundance, a lot of abundance coming in for you, a lot of value, a lot of worth, a lot of goodness. And this is that flourishing generosity, that there is so much that it is able to be gifted upon those around you. So I love this. This feels warm and fuzzy and happy, and like you could build something with this person. I bring our attention back to the Three of Pentacles with the plan to build. Build something with this person. You can build something with this person. There's potential here. We're going to stay in that line of questioning, and I want to ask about anything we need to know about you and this person. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles coming in. Well, that is part of where we started with that person. So we started with the Ace of Pentacles over here for them. And there is great worth here. There is great worth here. There is something beautiful and of great worth. And the physical presence of you two together, being in the world together, there's something very important about that. So spend time with this person. If you want this to flourish, if you want this to grow, let yourself spend time with this person and just be open. You don't have to do so much. You can just be open to it. I'm going to plant that right next to the Ace of Pentacles we pulled for this person as well. I want to pull one more card for you and this person. And we have the High Priestess. And I am just feeling so much intuition dripping off of you, so much inner knowing dripping off you. You have these beautiful mystical parts of yourself, these wise parts of yourself. Let yourself keep leaning into that. Trust your inner knowing. Trust that you live in both the dark and the light, that you have a wise eye that can see both sides of the coin. And there is something very fertile here. There is something deeply divinely feminine here. Own that. Own that space. It's going to be something that helps move this forward. And it's something you're going to sit into more and more as you are with this person. Okay. Okay, now I just want to know anything that you need to know. This is just opening it up for anything we don't even know to ask, that we just want to know anything that you might need to know. Okay. First of all, we have the Ace of Swords. New opportunities are coming in for some real clarity and some real understanding and some real truth seeing. Now, I pulled this for them as well. That is coming in for them too. That is coming in for you too. Let yourself sit into that. Be open to downloads that come in. Be open. I don't really want to cover up our Lovers card, so I'm going to keep it exposed. Here we go. We'll put that right there, right on top of a block. Let yourself own the truth of situations. You are so smart. Let yourself see it, own it, be open to it, and hold it. I'm asking one other, I'm going to look for one other card in that same line. And really, I just want to know anything we don't know to ask. Any little messages or gifts. And I'm sorry that there's like sawing now. I guess I was doing this while somebody's doing some sort of work in their garage or something. Now, here we have the Seven of Cups. And we don't know to ask. Now, the cups get into the feelings and the emotions. This is kind of a disassociated, it's like looking into the clouds. There are good things here, there are bad things here. This feels more like a warning to me. Like, stay in the present moment. Try not to get so far off caught in your head. Try not to get so... Don't let your emotions go to things that are in the past or the future. Pull everything right back. Let your emotions be here in the now. What is making you feel one way or another here and now in this moment? And that also just might be a tip, like a little, guidance coming in that says, hey, this is how you're going to get through whatever you need to get through. This is how you're going to accomplish this. Moment by moment, sitting into the feeling of where you are in the present. Okay, so our main card here was a Moonology card, and this is really just for a little bit of guidance for you, for this whole journey, for everything you're going through. And the card is Meditate and Contemplate. New Moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. Let yourself schedule some time, maybe do it today, and just meditate, think about it. My dear one. Oh, wow. Wow. If you are with me, if you are here, what emoji do we want to drop below? There are so many choices. Here's what I'm going to say. You are intuitive. I want you to put below, like I choose, and then drop your emoji. And that way I know you chose it from your intuition. This is what feels like it is saying yes to the universe, saying yes to opportunity, saying yes to abundance, saying yes to all of the good things. Yes, that I'll take a look at what needs to be taken a look at. That's what I want you to do. I want you to sink into your intuition. You could scroll through your emojis, but I want you to use your intuition to say, I choose that. And say that in the comments so that I know that you're my group 4 and you've chosen something for yourself. And I would love any comments about how this makes you feel, makes you think, whatever is going on. I want to know. I want to hear. I'm sending you love and I'm sending you so much light until I see your precious self again. Mwah. Mia.